2, 1. Cue Justin.
Go on, son.
Cue
Go on, he's
Justin.
chipped the keeper. He's beaten
Justin,
one.
we're on here, mate.
He's beaten two.
Justin.
He scored! It's an amazing... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just watching Ozil's goal. Gets in. It's Thursday night. Good evening and welcome to Fan TV, your daily dose of football chat, banter and general merriment. This is, of course, the show that football fans are talking about. Live on Sky 212, Facebook Live, YouTube and fantv.me all the way through until 10 o'clock tonight. Good times. Now, we have made it all the way through to Thursday without a single glimpse of that dirty rotter Toby Tarrant. Apparently, dirty Tarrant. Dirty Tarrant. Apparently he's off doing some radio thingy, and I say, good riddance. Tarrant out, Tarrant out, Tarrant out, Tarrant out. Do you know how long it took me to get this wash bag? Where is it? This wash bag, nice and shiny again after he's had his filthy paws on it last week. Shocking. The lovely Kiri Bloor was here last night, filling in for the dirty scoundrel, and what an action-packed show it was. It was Italy all the way as the lovely Caterina and the equally lovely, but obviously in a man-love kind of way, Nick, joined Kiri to open the show. Caterina confessed that she quite liked Wayne Rooney, much to Kiri's patent bemusement. And it wasn't long before Nathan popped up to join the international theme and talk all about French football on the big what's it behind me here. We chatted Bournemouth with Gareth before delving into the lower leagues with Chester fans Matt and Steve. They also confessed to having a soft spot for Rooney, although they later admitted it was for his younger brother, John Rooney, even though he doesn't actually play for them anymore. It's just strange chaps. It was quite weird. Kiri immersed herself in a crash course on fantasy football with our football fan cast chaps, Jack and James, who gave the lads in the studio a few tips on what they should be doing with their teams. If you want any advice, help or tips with your fantasy teams, tweet them or email them to us for next Wednesday when Jack and James will once again be wallowing in their fantasy world on the lime green sofa. Kim Jong-un and Katy Perry popped in for a chat. I know. Who'd have thought a couple of celebrities would have known so much about Arsenal Football Club? And then we rounded out the night with Jamil and Chris from Celeb FC, who were also unfortunately gooners. But we didn't hold it against them. No one would answer the question, is Ozil too good for Arsenal? What do we think? If you want to answer it, or even if you don't, tweet us, Skype us, email us. We want to hear from you. It's your show. The more tweets you send in, the less work I have to do. That was what happened last night. I'll tell you what, let's have a little look back at the best bits.
So, let's talk about the Wayne Rooney rumour then.
No, let's not.
Inter looks like a beautiful diva dressed up in blue and black, but in reality she is nothing more than a prostitute. It's kind of true at the moment though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How to ruin Nick Milan fan in one quote. No, but Nick doesn't want
Nick
Wayne
knows
Rooney,
one,
do you?
yeah, no.
You don't want anyone over 30? We are talking football still.
Well.
Are you going to leave America if Trump gets in?
I work for the government, so I can't really answer that. Let's put it this way, I think Canada's looking at attractive.
She's married people.
Is that Pete Burns?
That's a bit tight considering what happened to Pete Burns. Too soon. So Ben Foster as well led in 4 goals, I believe. In your face. I just don't want to talk about this. Anything else to talk about? Yeah.
Everton, Koeman's sorted out Everton's defence to an extent.
What a job he's doing, though.
Can you not, Lord Koeman?
You two are way too sensitive.
No, I just don't like the bloke.
How? How can you not like
Because
him?
I'm a Southampton fan.
Yeah, I know, but other than that, he's a blooming genius at the moment.
He's a good manager.
Chili's a little bit strong, isn't
He's
it?
just a snake.
Wow.
Oh, that's a little bit strong as well.
No, it's not. Said he was going to stay and then left for a smaller club.
Who's been tweeting in now? Oh, here we go. Crikey, is that Katy Perry on the side? To be honest,
Kim Jong-un and Katy Perry.
I love the way you joke. To be honest, if someone tweeted in saying I look like Katy Perry, I'd be like, yep, cool, take it, whatever, love.
You turn up to a game and 8 times out of 10 you're going to see sexy football. And you know, as an Arsenal fan, we love a bit of sexy football.
Yeah, you still keep quiet in the stands. Did you watch the video of Ozil's goal last night?
Who?
Ah.
Oh? You might see him on the weekend, mate. You might see him on the weekend.
That was then, this is now, and what a show it's going to be tonight. In just the blink of an eye, some guests will magically appear on the lime green sofa. And first up, it's Fulham fan Steve and Pompey fan Dom, who also have a soft spot for Red Bull Leipzig. Who doesn't? Then at 7:45, we'll be welcoming the boys from Cheeky Sport. It's David and Joel. At 8:15, it'll be Viva España with Dan La Liga man. He loves the Hammers. Then at 8:30, Mr. Burns will be back with his mate and mine, the sensational Nigel. They've also dragged Lisa Simpson along to chat. I'm sorry, Lisa. To chat Man City with us. And finishing things off for us tonight, they're back. The one and only Holmesdale Cravatics. Yes, it's Tony Big Cajonas, Paul Winker, and Jason Just for Men taking us through. Yes, they're in the house already. Of course, Kenny Ken will be with us later as well. He promised me a rant, and a rant I'm sure I will get. Stay with us for that as well, but right now, let's get Steve and Dom out onto the sofa. Give them a hand. Steve, you lovely man, welcome back to the Lime Green. Dom, a pleasure to meet you, brother. How you doing?
Good, yeah, really good, thanks.
So Dom, you're a Pompey fan, of course. Steve, welcome back to the sofa.
Thank you.
You're all about Fulham. West London derby tomorrow night, of course. What a win for you against Huddersfield. 5-0.
I know.
Sensational.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's one of those seasons, but we beat Huddersfield 5-0, who were top of the league until a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then
third, of course.
Yeah, gone down after they got beat at the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, as I said earlier in the season, we're losing 4-0 to Bristol City, losing to QPR as well.
I know. You lost to us, of course, twice in the space of a week. I hate to remind you. But Steve, consistency seriously has been the problem for Fulham so far this season.
And for the last 10 seasons, I think, as well. But yeah.
You're currently 11th. You've got 21 points. Do you think you can follow up that sensational victory against former league leaders Huddersfield in the derby tomorrow night?
Obviously, it's a derby. It's a tough place to go. Well, it sounds weird saying Brentford's a tough place to go when we've been in the Premier League, but it's a derby, so it's one of those. And on a Friday night with floodlights, I'd like to think we could win. I don't know, it's Fulham. I mean, stringing 2 wins together in a row is a big ask.
And that is the problem, isn't it? It's being able to string 2 wins back-to-back. It's something that you can't seem to do this season.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's the main issue, do you think, with the consistency? Because you go out and you beat a team like Huddersfield, who have been tipped for to win the league, for automatic promotion, and you absolutely destroy them 5-0. And then you can't seem to follow up a win like that.
I don't know. It's been a problem for a while. It's not just this season. It's been, for as long as I can remember, really, with Fulham. We have a really good result, but then we can't follow it up, and especially away.
Yeah.
Fulham are very, very bad away. Historically, they've always been poor. When we won the league to get promoted to the Premier League, I think it was one of the worst away records, that's ever gone up. So it's just one of those.
Well, you're away again tomorrow. Of course, you're at Griffin Park for Brentford. They beat you the last time you played them at home. They were at home.
Yep.
Last season, you lost 3-0. So do you think you can turn that around?
I think we'll score. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
Because Brentford, they're playing well this season, but I think they were better in seasons gone by.
Yeah.
I think we'll score. Maybe a draw. I think a draw is the best Fulham can hope for tomorrow night, I'll be honest.
It's the best that you can hope for tomorrow, a draw. You would accept a point at Brentford?
100%. Away at Brentford. Well, just away from Thursday, Fulham, I'd accept a point. But
how about capitalising on the 5-0 thumping you gave to Huddersfield? If you can beat them 5-0, then surely you'll be looking for a win tomorrow night at Brentford.
It would be nice, but it's away. It's Fulham. It's it's one of those. You're a Portsmouth fan,
You've got to
so...
be positive though, haven't you?
Okay, before we start talking Pompey, Dom, let's launch tonight's first Twitter poll. We will launch 3 polls on the Twitter this evening. Here's the first of 3. Who was Pompey's greatest player in their Premier League golden age? David James, Sol Campbell, Linvoy Primus or Richard Hughes? The Twitter is @FanTVUK if you would like to register your vote. And somebody has already tweeted us with an alternative. This is from Sean Hussey, Muntari, Kevin Prince and Tal Ben Haim. Dom, let me quickly bring you this before our first break. Would you vote for any of those suggestions?
I don't know what he's been smoking if you're saying Tal Ben Haim.
Yeah.
Honestly, no.
You're suggesting he's been on the bong?
To suggest Tal Ben Haim, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but...
Not my words, your words, Dom. You're suggesting that Sean's in a K-hole. So I didn't say it, you did. We all heard it, it's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. Muntari was only there for 1 season, so not really. Kevin Prince Bird. I think Primus is probably the one to go for out of those.
Okay, if you, like Dom, think that Sean Hussey is all smacked up to the eyeballs... Not my words, I didn't say it. Not my words, not my words, not my words. Dom's words, then tweet at FanTVUK, join in at fantv.me. Sean's on the H, according to Dom. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. It's Fan TV. Back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Good times. I don't know, I just think suggesting crystal meth was a bit over the... Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. If you're watching on the Facebook Live or the YouTube, don't forget to refresh at the top of every hour because we don't want to lose you. We're live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 o'clock tonight. We launched the first Twitter poll of the evening. Let's remind ourselves of the question. Who was Pompey's greatest player in their Premier League golden age? Or their Pomp, if you prefer. David James, Sol Campbell, thank you very much. Touch me, don't touch me. Linvoy Primus or Richard Hughes. Dom, who would you vote for?
Well, they're missing Nico Kranjčar. He should be on that list.
You would put Kranjčar on the list as well. So Kranjčar would...
He should be on that list.
He's not on that list.
I know he's not.
But honestly,
he should be on that list.
Who would you choose?
On that list, I'll do Primus.
You would go Primus from that list,
Primus, yeah.
but Cranch Car you would add to
should be
that.
on that list, yeah.
Okay, if you think Cranch Car, get in touch with us. You can register your votes at FanTV UK is the Twitter, or if you don't have the Twitter but you'd like to email, if you think Dom is right with his Cranch Car suggestion, join in at fantv.me. Before we get back to the chat, let's not forget that I'm a dirty klepto. I can't help myself. I'll steal anything. I'll steal your heart. And if I can't steal your heart, I'll steal your socks. So I've nicked another celebrity wash bag. Shall we have our first clue? We are looking for the owner of this wash bag that I've kleptoed. Honestly, Steve, I'll have the shirt off your back. The first clue tonight is a delicious pastry. I'll just take the pastry out of the bag. And yes, it's my favourite. It's a pano raisin. Cheeky Danish. So, clue number one. How long have we had this? Clue number one is a Danish pastry. A Danish pastry. Clue number one, the Danish pastry. The pastry.
It's a hair raising experience, isn't it?
It's a hair raising experience. If you think you know whose wash bag I've kleptoed, at FanTV UK is the Twitter, or join in at fantv.me is the email. More clues will be coming throughout the night. It seems like such a long time ago, Dom, since Pomp is Pomp. How are things in general at your club now? Are you a satisfied fan?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we were in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And a lot of two administrations since. But I think, yeah, things are looking up. Hopefully promoted this season, but we'll see.
Do you think you can go back up this season? Do you think that will happen? Currently 5th in League 2, of course.
We got in the playoffs last year, so I'd expect to get promoted. Yeah, definitely.
Your last fixture was a 1-0 win versus Cambridge. That was a good, strong away win. You've got Wickham at home next, and then you've got Bristol Rovers in the Cup. Were you happy with the Cambridge United game?
Yeah, we lost 2-1 to Notts County the week before at home, so we needed to, get back to winning ways, and a clean sheet away from home. Can't really argue with that.
It's always good.
Good, solid victory.
3 points behind the automatic promotion places at the moment. Can you afford to slip any further behind now?
I think take each week as it comes. I mean, it's still only November.
Yeah.
But you still want to be, to be honest, Portsmouth with their budget, their support should really be, in the top 2 in that league rather than 5th. So I think there's a lot. I mean, the Pompey fans are very passionate.
Sure.
And there's a lot of talk. If Portsmouth lose, there's always debate whether the manager should be sacked. They're a very passionate bunch.
Yeah.
But I think it's still November, and I think if we're in this position, if not maybe touching distance to promotion to top 3 within March time, then I think that's fine.
And is there a section of the Portsmouth fans already calling for the head of Cook, or?
I think there'll always be a few. I mean, it's the way it is. Not everyone's always like the approach of certain managers, but I think he's probably the one who's going to lead us to promotion. So I think we'll stick by him.
You think he can? You think he can lead you to? So what are you hoping for, Tom? Are you hoping for a playoff place or automatic promotion?
Automatic, yeah.
Because a lot of people would say Portsmouth are a side that should be dominating League 2.
Yeah.
Why don't you think they are? I mean, you're friends, Steve.
Yeah. He's been saying that they should go up for the last 3 years, and he's expecting them to go up for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just getting dull listening to him bang on about?
That's not the only thing that's getting dull listening to him about. But I think he's right. Portsmouth are a big club, and obviously, like Fulham, been in Europe, I remember when they were playing Inter Milan, and in the quarterfinals.
I think teams just raise their game against Portsmouth. Portsmouth got average attendance about 16,000.
Yeah.
And some teams, like Morecambe, Accrington, have about 2,000. So when players play in front of 16,000, they'll raise their game a bit.
So do you think that's still happening now in League 2? You think other League 2 sides raise their game when they play you?
Definitely.
Well, I remember we went to, it was a couple of years ago, we went to a pre-season friendly. It was Woking versus Portsmouth. And Portsmouth brought a couple of thousand fans there, didn't they, to a pre-season friendly game. Yeah, it was one of those, it was chucking it down in a July evening.
Yeah.
And there's still 2,000 fans there to watch it.
So huge support for the club.
Yeah.
But also by the same token, that's a lot of people potentially getting disgruntled when you're not winning and when you're not where they feel you should be.
Yeah, I think so. But I think we're on the up. I mean, as I said, it's November. Just get a few wins together. I mean, last season we only got 3 consecutive wins together in April time.
Really?
And this year we managed to do 4 by September. So I think that's
Hang on a minute, we've got a goal. Dom, I'm so sorry. We've got our first goal of the night. Who scored it? It's Fenerbahce. It's Fenerbahce. Okay, they've scored. Fenerbahce have scored again against Nigel's going crazy on the floor. Now, if you didn't know already, before we came to air, Fenerbahce went 1-up against Manchester United with an absolutely sensational overhead kick. They've scored again. Who scored again, Ken? Jeremy Lenz, Raj. Is that what Jeremy Lenz has scored? It's now Fenerbahce 2, Manchester United 0. The Manchester City fans are on the floor. Mr. Burns loves it, and so does Lisa Simpson. Lisa Simpson's going crazy. That's Fenerbahce 2, Manchester United 0. Lisa's actually got her saxophone out. Unbelievable. It's all kicking off on the floor, so I love it. If you're a Manchester United fan, give us a Skype. Fan TV channel is the Skype email. What's our email? I've just lost my mind. What's our join in at fantv.me. Thanks very much. Or at FanTVUK is the Twitter. If you're a Fenerbahce fan, love a bit of Fenerbahce, then Skype us as well. Fan TV channel. You're currently beating Manchester United 2-0. Bad times for Mourinho, Steve. I know obviously
he's not going well, is he?
It's not going well for Mourinho, is it?
No, it's quite fun watching it, to be honest, because obviously he used to be Chelsea manager.
Of course.
Yeah, I quite like him not doing well, to be honest.
Really, you enjoy the fact that that Mourinho's not doing well?
Yeah.
Why, as a Fulham fan? I mean, obviously, it doesn't really matter to you whether or not Mourinho does well or not. But in general, why do you like to see a manager like Mourinho fail?
I think it's because he's so... where do I start? It's so arrogant. He just thinks... Well, he's quite good. He used to be the best manager in the world. And
do you think he ever was? Sorry, do you think he ever was the best manager in the world?
I think so. I think in his first stint at Chelsea, I think he was very, very good. He had a good team, obviously. Yeah. But I think he was the best manager with mind games, everything like that.
Did he not buy that title, though, looking back? Did he buy that title, that first one for Chelsea?
Maybe with Chelsea, but he did it with Porto before. He won the Champions League with Porto, so I think...
So we will go back to talking Fulham. So what's gone wrong for him then? What's happened? Has he just been found out? Does he not just have the same amount of money to spend that he had before?
Well, he's got loads of money, obviously, to spend at Man United. I just don't think he has a very good team at the moment. I don't think he's got a very Mourinho team. So at Chelsea,
I think it's still early days, isn't it? I mean, but the thing is, he's had his own team at Chelsea and sort of failed a bit last year. So I don't know, maybe it's the beginning of the end.
Team, Dom? What would you consider a Mourinho, a classic Mourinho team?
Well, the Mourinho team, when he was probably the best manager in the world, when he was at Porto and his first spell at Chelsea, had a good defence. Yeah. So he had a good, solid defence, and that's how he won his.
He doesn't have that United at all, does he?
They're pretty awful.
It's one of the worst defences Man United have ever had, I think.
And also got some other news as well, because apparently Pogba's gone hobbling off. So we think looks like £89 million man Paul Pogba has gone hobbling off. I'm hearing in my ear he's got a little bit of cramp. So he's gone. We're also hearing, what a waste of money on the floor.
What a waste of money.
Chance of what a waste of money on the floor. If you think Pogba is a waste of money, then tweet us at FanTV UK, Skype, call us Fan TV channel, all you Manchester United fans. It also looks like we're hearing that Pogba will miss the Swansea game. We've got Dave as a Manchester United fan. We'll be speaking to you are Manchester United, Dave, aren't you? We're speaking to Dave later.
Come on, Dave.
Okay. Okay, let's talk Fulham. Chris Martin is finally starting to make an impression, Steve. The 27-year-old has scored 4 goals in the last 4 games, including a double in the 5-0 thrashing of Huddersfield last Saturday. Now, he cost you a considerable sum, and he's finally starting to score for you. You must be elated.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, to bring Coldplay's front man to Fulham is always a big thing.
That has touched me. That is lovely.
But no, he's obviously a good player with the amount of money we've spent for him, or paid for him.
How much did you pay?
Fulham loved giving out money. It was a lot of money. It was was near 10 million, I think.
Close to 10 million?
It was a lot of money, yeah.
But 4 goals in the last 4 games, what a return. Now, the capture of Martin cost a lot of money, as you said. Now, it's been acknowledged that you have the opportunity to buy him at the end of the season. Will you? Do you want him long term? He is, of course, on loan.
Obviously, yeah, the price is the off-put. He's, as I say, like they did say about 10 million for him.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing. If he can score goals and keep us up, keep us up going up there, then why not? Then why not buy him? Because Fulham have a rich owner, then I'd go for it, yeah.
So on current form, Steve...
On current form, I think I would.
You'd like him to stay?
Yeah.
But the £10 million price tag, if that's indeed what it is that too steep? Is it too much?
I don't know. Football's gone a bit crazy at the moment, isn't it?
in the Championship for a striker these days, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So,
well, we paid 12 million for what's his name?
Yeah.
Ross McCormack.
Yeah.
So, anything less than that would be nice, to be honest.
Someone else who's doing very well for you at the moment as well.
McCormack?
Yeah.
He was doing well for us and then he left.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm in a K-hole. It's all right, I'm back. Classic. Unbelievable. Where did he go to?
Yeah, he went to Aston Villa.
Oh, what? He went to Villa? Why? Ridiculous. We've got... It's going to be one of those shows where we're on fire. Lisa, get your sacks out. Love it. We've got some reactions to the poll. Let's have a look on the Twitter. It's from Graham. Has to be Pedro Mendes or Benjani. Both were something else, Dom.
Yeah, forgot about Benjani actually. Yeah, good shout.
Unbelievable. What's wrong with you, Dom?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He went to City and then...
Pedro Mendes, yes, no?
Yes, good player. Good player. Yeah, and Carnu as well.
This is from CW Kinsey. Has to be Carnu. You'll never see a 52-year-old play that well in the top flight.
See the back of his shirt. See who's got on there.
I don't see the back of my shirt.
Show the back of your shirt to camera number 1, Dom. That is lovely. Can we see that? 27. Okay, we'll take a quick break. He's got Carnu on his shirt. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Sky 212. Good times. Oh, unbelievable. Loving it, Steve. Loving it. Went to Villa. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. It's your show. You dictate what we talk about on the show. Get in touch. Fan TV channel is the Skype. Join in at fantv.me is the email. Or if you'd rather tweet, we've got our first poll up and running at FanTV UK. Here's what's still to come on tonight's show. Still with me on the lime green sofa, it's Fulham fan Steve and Pompey fan Dom. In just a moment, we'll be talking Bundesliga with them. Then at 7:45, it's time for the boys from Cheeky Sport. David and Joel are coming up very shortly. At 8:15, it's time for our weekly Spanish roundup with Dan the Liga man, loves the Hammers. And Nigel has brought Lisa Simpson and Mr. Burns along to chat Man City with us. That's at 8:30. Excellent. And last but not least, they're back. The one and only Holmesdale Cravatics. Yes, it's Tony Big Cojones, Paul Winker, and Jason Just for Men. They'll be with us at about 9:15. Don't forget, Kenny Ken has promised me a rant, and I can't wait for it. Make sure you hang around to find out what he's got a bee in his bonnet about this week. Right now, it's back to Steve and Dom. You're right there, boys. We are going to talk a bit of Bundesliga as well, because I understand you're both Bundesliga fans.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the Bundesliga, though, let's just go back to Chris Martin, because he's on fire for you at the moment. You have to ask yourself the question, Steve, why on earth did Derby County part with him?
I don't know. I really don't know. I really thought Derby were going to push on for the league this year, like they have in the past couple of years. That unlucky to miss out on playoffs last year. Got playoff final a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then, nothing really happened. Like they're down at the bottom of the league. They're not doing very well. Got rid of Chris Martin.
Yeah, absolutely. They got rid of Chris Martin, of course, to you. They're sitting 19th, 4 points behind you. So not a million miles away. But a crazy decision on their part to offload Martin to one of their main rivals in the league, Dom.
I think everyone's a rival in the Championship, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I think it's just, if it's not in the manager's plans, then, it doesn't really make a difference who you get rid of in the league, because everyone is a rival, really, apart from Newcastle, who are just out of that league, really.
Can you see, of course, Newcastle United are currently sitting at the top of the Championship. Can you see Newcastle United being beaten by anyone between now and the end of the season?
Yeah. They got beaten by Fulham on the first day, so I was quite happy about that. But as I'm saying about the inconsistency of Fulham, beat Newcastle on the first day, then lose. I think we lost about 4 in a row after that. And then beating Huddersfield again, so it's very strange.
It's Fulham down to a T, isn't it? Yeah, you beat Newcastle on the opening day, you beat Huddersfield 5-0. So give us a score prediction for the Brentford game tomorrow night, Steve.
1-1, I think.
1-1, you think?
Yeah, 1-1.
14 new signings you made over the summer. Clearly some improvements need to be made. Djukanovic believes the club is ready to invest in even more players come January, should promotion be a real possibility. That's quite interesting, that, because it's...
I think, in January to say promotion's a possibility, it's very early.
Yeah.
It's one of the, you could be top of the league in January and then finish 10th if you have a really, really bad spell after Christmas.
So it's interesting what he's saying there, Djukanovic. So if you are, let's say if we go to January, if you were still, say, around 10th, 11th in the table, is he saying that he won't be given any more money to buy more new faces?
I think the money will always be there. I think he'll be given the money. I just don't think he'll be willing to spend as much of it. Fulham have a very good youth setup.
Yeah.
So I think if we're sitting 10th, 11th, then why not just bring some youth players through? See what they can do.
I've got a Broomer for you. Do you want a first Broomer of the night?
Yeah.
Fancy a Broomer?
Yeah.
Broomer! 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 Ex-Fulham, Tottenham and Man United striker Dimitar Berbatov set to return to the Premier League, with new Swansea manager Bob Bradley admitting the veteran striker is on his radar. He's 35. He scored over 120 goals in English football. How would you feel about Berbatov returning to Fulham?
Returning to Fulham?
At the age of 35.
Obviously, I'd have him back.
You would?
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't move very much, but I'd have him back.
But is he? Does he have the type of experience and the quality that you're looking for, that you really need to help that sort of promotion push?
He can score goals. I think he'd always be good to have on the training ground anyway, because he's been there, he's done it. I'd definitely have him, definitely. Whether he could help realistically, I'm not sure.
I don't think he'd be good for a team facing relegation, because he's not the sort of person who's going to chase after balls, is he?
So not good for Swansea then, Dom? You think that would be
I don't think so.
A bad move for him or for Swansea?
Both, because I think...
It's got to be a great move for him. He's 35.
Yeah, but I think he'll be like the scapegoat if it doesn't go well.
I think he's been playing in Greece, hasn't he, Berbatov? I think he spent about the last year or so in Greece. I'm not sure how much actually seen there. But 35 years of age and 120 goals in his time in the English league. So it's a fantastic record.
Yeah.
And a class player. And even at the age of 35, Dom, that never leaves you, surely not.
No, he's still a good player. I think he's still a good... I mean, I haven't seen him play in a long time. I don't think many people have, unless they're really interested in the Greek league.
Okay.
But yeah, to be honest, like, if it's 35, people say that the pace goes, whatever. He never had pace.
He never had pace. So.
Movement goes, he's never had movement.
No.
Well, to go back to Carnu, you're wearing Carnu on your shirt. He was 52.
Yeah.
Carnu was 50. Do you remember the size of his feet as well? He had the biggest feet, didn't he? They were like plates. They had like Tommy Cooper feet. So they had the biggest, officially the longest feet in the history of the English Premier League.
Size 14.
Size 14,
yeah.
Yeah, literally size 14. His feet were taller than Mata. We've got our first Skype caller of the evening. Who's there? Hey, Tom, how you doing, baby cakes?
Good, how's it going?
Good times, all the better for speaking to you, you lovely man. You're clearly a Leicester fan. What's going on?
We're doing well. We got a good point away at Copenhagen last night.
Absolutely.
It was a rubbish game.
It really was wonderful Copenhagen for you, Tom, last night, wasn't it?
Say that again, mate.
It was wonderful Copenhagen for you last night, Tom.
It was indeed.
Happy with the point?
Yeah, happy with the point. Would have liked to seen a goal and a good performance. Bit gutted for the lads that travelled over there, but yeah, it's all about the result. Copenhagen, great team at home, so yeah, we'll take that all day long.
Tom, how appalling was the game though? Did it make you want to shoot yourself in the face or take a rake to your gooch?
Oh,
can we have that ooh again, Tom?
Ooh, because at least with a rake to the gooch, you get the tickle first, and then the pain after. So everyone's a winner.
At least with a rake to the gooch, you get the tickle first. That's my favourite quote in the history of this show. Beautiful, Tom. That's beautiful. But highlights for you though, standout moments. What can you take from the game aside from the obvious point?
I'm just trying to think if there was any.
Really?
I can't remember a single thing happened.
Schmeichel made a good save.
Schmeichel made a great save towards the end.
Did he?
I heard he broke his hand during the game though.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. A broken hand for Schmeichel. How long is he going to be out for then? Any ideas?
No, I'm not too sure. I've only just seen it come through. My mate's just sent me through on Twitter, so I need to look it up. Hopefully not too long, but Ziela's a good standing.
Dom, on the sofa, you seem to be more aware of this.
Literally have no idea. I know he's been injured. I know he's injured, but hopefully... I mean, you've got Ziela as a backup who shouldn't be
he's a good keeper.
Okay, Tom, before we leave you, what on earth has happened to Jamie Vardy? He should have gone to Arsenal, shouldn't he?
No, should he, heck? at least he's playing football at Leicester. At Arsenal, he'd be sitting on the bench or playing out wide, I suppose, wouldn't he?
He's playing well, Tom, but of course he's a striker and he can't score for love nor money.
He can't. His goals are dried up. His all-round play is decent. He just something's missing. He's not chasing down. He's not got that hunger like he had last year. And I can't put my finger on why that is. But he set Musa up well for the goal at Spurs last week. So hopefully that can be a bit of a turning point. He's got an assist, but yeah, we need to see goals from him. It's got to change quick. Okay, Tom. Thanks for skyping in, brother. Before you go, can we just get one final ooh? Ooh, right to the gooch. Quality. Thank you, brother. Skype us in again. Thanks, Tom. Lovely. I love that. You only get an ooh with Tom. Dom, let's talk Red Bull Leipzig, a team I know absolutely nothing about. No surprise there. But you love them. Why?
Well, me and Steve both studied there a few years ago. And yeah, so they're our local team.
Why are they so unpopular? Everyone hates Red Bull Leipzig for some reason. That's what I'm hearing. Is that true?
Yeah, it's just because of ownership and just being bought out by a massive sports drink company with Red Bull, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
They bend every rule in the books. They don't break anything. But they just bend them really, really far to sort of to breaking point.
So Red Bull bend the rules?
Yeah. So in Germany, it's a bit different.
Okay.
They're big on the fan ownership.
Yeah.
So basically, 51% of a club has to be owned by fans.
Okay.
And in Leipzig, it's they are owned by fans, but those fans used to work for Red Bull. So they left their jobs in Salzburg then to come and own Red Bull.
Okay.
Oh, own Leipzig, sorry. So everyone's up in arms about that.
Yeah.
Really.
So sorry, Steve. So the club was founded in 2009, is that right?
Yep.
And they wanted to rise from 5th division to Bundesliga in 8 years, and they managed to do it in 7, which of course is phenomenal. What was the key to that success?
A lot of money.
A lot of money, and like youth as well. The transfer policy, they don't buy anyone over 24.
Yeah.
So that means that they can get them in young and then progress throughout the leagues.
So a strong academy, a good.
Yeah, well, there's no one else in the area, are there?
No.
So you've got Berlin,
yeah,
and they're about 150 miles away, and then the next nearest is probably Dresden, which again is 100 miles away. So you've got all of that area to just get all of the children out. And
I think if you look in about 5 to 10 years' time, you'll see not just Leipzig at the top of the Bundesliga, but you see a lot of players in the German national team. Will have either played in Leipzig Youth Academy or played for Leipzig itself. Similar to like how Bayern Munich are at the moment.
We're running out of time actually, guys, but I just want to ask you about Dortmund. What on earth has happened at Dortmund?
I don't know.
Yeah, like some of their players left and...
The manager, I think he's inherited a good squad.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure that he's... I mean, he's a good coach, but I'm not sure he's the one to guide them, like to go toe-to-toe with Bayern Munich.
Sure.
I think Hummels as well. Losing Hummels, he's such a good leader and a good defender.
Yeah.
It's really hard to replace him.
Yeah, I think if they had a good manager, I'm not saying that Tuchel was a bad manager, but I think if they had someone to just progress them on to the next step, to go, they should really be more level with Bayern Munich than they are. I mean, they're in 6th at the moment, so they're still lagging behind. So probably Bayern Munich are going to win the league this season.
Very briefly, thank you, Tom, before we go. Lovely to speak to you as well for the first time.
Yeah.
Very quickly, of course, you missed out in the playoffs last season to rivals Plymouth.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, do you think you will make the playoffs at least this season and get a better result than you did last season?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's lovely. Steve, an absolute pleasure to welcome you back. Please give it up for Steve and Dom. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Sky 212 as Fan TV all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. We'll be back in 2. Don't go anywhere. Good times. Thank you, guys. Awesome, Steve. Dom. Mr. Burns. Oh, Mr. Burns is filth, it's utter filth. Welcome back. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. I'm having the time of my life. Skype call us, Fan TV channel. That's the Skype. Sorry, I'm eating a wash bag clue. I've kleptoed a wash bag. Clue number 1 was a dirty pastry, and I'm loving it. If you think you know who the wash bag belongs to, tweet us at FanTVUK or email joinin@fantv.me. Now, is it time to welcome our next guest to the sofa? Please welcome the cheeky sport guys. It's Joel, our Arsenal fan. It's Dave, our Man United fan. Dave, I love you. Joel, I love you. I love you, Dave. I love you. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, welcome to the sofa, guys. It's lovely to have you on. Listen, we'll just hold the chat. Well, I knew this was going to be a good show today. I knew it was. I've been on the shamcrack. We're all on the shamcrack. Lisa, get your saxophone out. Listen, we've got some Southampton team news in. Southampton are playing Inter Milan. Let's take a look at the team. Have a look at this. Southampton team news. Okay, there you go. Forster, Yoshida, Rodriguez, Tadic, Romeo, Martina, Ward-Prowse, Van Dijk, Redmond, Hodgberg, and McQueen. What do you think of that team? Dave, what do you think?
I'm wondering where, Mr. Stone Cold Stunner, Mr. 316, Mr. Charlie Austin is. Obviously, he's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Charlie Austin on the bench.
What's going on there?
Against Inter Milan, what's going on there, Joel? He will feature, surely, has to.
He has to feature. For me, I reckon he's one of the best finishers I've seen. I say one of the best finishers, but he's a really good finisher. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I'd like to see him start more. I'd also like to see Bertrand start more. Because to be honest with you, he's an unsung hero. Sometimes you forget he went to the Euros.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
he's a cracking FIFA player as well.
Yeah. Is he cracking on FIFA?
Yeah, he's good.
What's his rating on the FIFA, Dave? What's his rating?
No idea.
But strong.
But he's strong.
So, Joel, Dave, in your opinion, you would say, looking at that team, 2 of their strongest players, Southampton, sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
And Fonte as well.
Against Inter Milan.
Exactly.
It's bizarre.
Absolutely.
It's bizarre. If you're a Southampton fan, get in touch. What do you think of players like Austin and Bertrand sitting on the bench? Now, speaking of Southampton fans, was it last week we had 2 Southampton fans on the show and they made a brilliant, it's all right. They made a pop video. Have a look at this.
Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Fonte at the back, Shane Long in attack, Redmond up the wing. Everybody sing. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us. Liebe takes us. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Forster in the goal. Tadic in the hole. Cedric Darcy, Jacob Krause, Davis on the ball. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us. Liebe takes us. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. Southampton in Europa. At the back, Austin in attack, Bertrand up the wing. Everybody sing. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us. Liebe takes us. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us higher. Liebe takes us. Liebe takes us. Southampton in Europa. 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 Southampton in Europa.
That was the video in its entirety. Now, I understand, for those of you who might be wondering, that track is called Southampton in Europa.
No.
Yes.
way.
Yes. Oh, we got a goal. Who scored?
Oh!
Wayne Rooney has scored for Manchester United.
Come on, United!
Unbelievable! It's now Man United 1, Fenerbahce 2. Dave, you must be ecstatic.
Oh, listen. Well, I wouldn't say ecstatic. Obviously, we're losing, but but it's good. It's good to see some fight back from the boys. It's good to see the boys fight back.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a shocking one, to be honest. You know, as a United fan, we're used to glory, we're used to passion, excitement, we're used to coming back from the brink. But obviously, the past few fixtures have been it's been a bit tough.
91st minute as well, I'm hearing. Time is definitely running.
Fergie time.
Fergie time. It's Fergie time.
Fergie time.
But how about Rooney as well? I mean, people are calling for his head. People are saying he should leave. And he's come up trumps, it would seem, tonight, maybe.
I wouldn't say he's come up trumps.
Yeah, because you're losing. You're losing.
I wouldn't say, obviously, because we're losing. But I also wouldn't say he's come up trumps because during the game, he's given the ball away quite a lot, like what we're used to. He's been dropping in deep as well, taking over the number 10 position, which is the player's better than him in that position. So, but he's delivered the goods. He's pegged one back, and you know what I mean. What can I say? You know what I mean? Plaudits to him.
Rooney has pegged one back against Fenerbahce. Time is running out. It was a 91st minute goal. It's still currently Fenerbahce 2 and Manchester United 1.
Yeah.
Now, Joel, Arsenal fan.
Listen.
You got a huge match coming up at the weekend. The derby. How you feeling?
Very confident, especially because Tottenham lost yesterday.
They did as well, they did.
Yeah, they lost. And to be honest with you, I never expected them to win. And I'm very happy that all of their fans are pretty upset at the moment. So that makes my day.
Well, Joel, 4 players for you were doubtful ahead of the Tottenham game.
Yes.
Monreal, Kieran Gibbs, Santi Cazorla, Theo Walcott. You're going to be missing all of those players.
Yeah, well, Monreal and Kieran Gibbs, to be honest with you, I don't really care at all. Not really bothered.
But Walcott having his best season for how many years?
Yeah, for like 11 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's happened since he signed.
So he's been injured for 10. So
he's grown a beard. He's grown a beard. We've got to make it clear.
So,
So Monreal and Gibbs, you're not concerned about them, but who plays at left back with them out?
I was going to say, well, it's like you want one of them kind of like half fit, but to be honest with you, as long as Bellerin is back fit, which he is, and you've got Mustafi, strong Mustafi, then we'll be all right. And with, of course, Koscielny.
You've got an unbelievable winning streak going on. You're on fire, Arsenal, having your best start to the season for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Do you think you've got what it takes? Have you got the firepower there to destroy Tottenham?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, especially with Sanchez down the middle. That's where I want to see him. I think we've got more than enough to go at Tottenham. Yes, they haven't lost, but they haven't been amazing in all their games, you know?
Now, Sanchez, Joel, you've just mentioned, is, of course, one of the many Arsenal players on fire for you at the moment. But he's got a lot on his plate. Sanchez has been accused of tax fraud whilst at Barcelona. Will this affect his performances on the pitch? It's going to play on his mind, surely.
No, they won't. To be honest with you, they've all done it at Barcelona, isn't it? Neymar, Messi. Where?
Did you really call him? I think it was outside of GBK. What's that? Gourmet
Burger Kitchen.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Grabbing a little burger, and then he gets pulled up by IRS, taxman coming for him.
Seriously?
I'm dead serious.
How did they know he was there?
Oh, man, I don't know, man. Maybe someone posted it on Instagram or something.
I just have to mention that, of course, other burger restaurants are available, but GBK are the best. Sorry, Dave. So we got pulled up outside the GBK?
We got pulled up outside the GBK, you know what I mean? Having a nice little, trying to grab it, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was a quarter pound or half pound, I don't know what he was doing there, to be honest.
They're all good.
But he got it.
But yeah. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
There was a mole in there.
Okay, so we're talking about a sum, Joel, of £888,000.
Well, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But like I said, you know what I mean? Those guys have got, I don't know if it's Sanchez. We're not saying it's Sanchez, but a lot of those kind of guys I've heard have businesses abroad and, you know, whatever. Wasn't Messi done for it or whatever?
Yeah,
he's still
Messi's
playing.
done for crazy amount of money.
He's still scoring, you know,
Yeah.
he's still doing what he's doing. And I'm sure Neymar, you know, he's had some situations, money going underneath the table. Whatever, man.
It's a lot of money, Joel, but how about those chicken satay burgers at the GBK? Other burger restaurants are available. Joel, if he goes to prison, Alexis Sanchez, who would you like to replace him? Could happen, Mr. Burns.
Definitely not. definitely not Shamak. No. We don't want him anywhere near the team anymore. No. We don't want Giroud to be leading the line either.
Okay.
So, to be honest with you, did you see Ozil's goal the other day?
Oh, what about Ozil? Unbelievable.
It made you think, you could.
Nah, man. Let's not get too carried away.
I'm just saying.
Let's not get too carried away.
You saw the composure.
We're just briefly, sorry guys, we're just going to wrap up poll 1. Let me give you the results of poll 1.
Yeah.
We'll remind ourselves of the question, of course. It should be on the big screen now. Who was Pompey's greatest player in their Premier League golden age? 40% David James, 32% Sol Campbell, 18% Primus, 10% Richard Hughes. Thank you so much for voting. And of course, it's National Sandwich Day, everybody. Unbelievable. You've got to have. We want your sandwich / bread puns. I'll get the ball rolling. Bapstam. Boom. Boom. Bapstam. This is Nigel Rothman has come in with smoked Samson bagel and Aguero and Chris.
Hey, that's class.
You.
I don't like your teammate, but you're class, mate.
Yeah.
Class. Absolute class. This is from Toby Tarrant. Tarrant out. Nothing beats a Baccanua sandwich with a Glenlittle drop of West Brown sauce. Quality. We love you, Toby. We'll be back in 2 minutes. It's Fan TV live on Sky 212. Don't go anywhere. Good times. Oh, I love it, guys. Just got honestly, like the satay sauce on it is just... Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 o'clock tonight. If you're watching on the Facebook Live or the YouTube, please refresh at the top of every hour. We don't want to lose you. If you want to get in touch, Fan TV channel is the Skype. Join in at fantv.me is the email. Or to tweet is at FanTVUK. And on that note, we will launch our second poll. But first, the menu. Here's what we've still got in store for you tonight. Yes, the lads from Cheeky Sport are still here. David and Joel. The Cheeky Boys, they're live on the live grid. I love you so much.
The bromance.
Cheeky Boys.
The bromance is on.
There's a lot of bromance on the floor tonight. At 8:15, it's time for our weekly Spanish roundup with Dan La Liga man. And he loves the Hammers. Then at 8:30, Nigel has brought Lisa Simpson and Mr. Burns along to chat Man City with us. Excellent. And last but not least, they're back. The one and only Holmesdale Cravatics. Yes, Tony Big Cajonas, Paul Winker, and Jason Just for Men. Yeah, quality. They'll be with us at about 9:15. Don't forget, Kenny Ken has promised me a rant, and I can't wait for it. Make sure you hang around to find out what he's got a bee in his bonnet about this week. Right now, it's back to Joel and Dave on the sofa. Oh, I'll tell you what, though. Let's launch our second Twitter poll. Let's do that first. Let's see the question. So our second poll, fully fit. Is this current Man City side amongst the top 4 in Europe with Bayern, Madrid and Barcelona? It's already up and running. 0% yes, 100% no. Dave, let's get your thoughts on Twitter poll 2.
Yeah, you would have thought I'd already clicked this in.
Yes.
But I hadn't yet. Don't worry, I'm going to get in and get all the stats on that. 100% no.
100% no?
I'm going in with no.
I say 100% no. You forget that Atletico Madrid should be in there. They, they're on top of their group with Bayern as well. So to be honest with you, no.
But having said that, though, Joel, did you see them against Barcelona?
Oh, listen, they were absolutely phenomenal. But we have to look. Some people know, obviously he's a United fan. He's not gonna look. You got to give them their credit. They beat Barcelona clean 3-1. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. But the likes of Arsenal have done it. The likes of Manchester United have done it before. It's been done in recent years. This Barcelona side has, and it's been done when it doesn't count, when it doesn't matter. Yeah. Barcelona didn't need to win that game. They'd already beaten them. They'd already had a greater goal difference, a greater goal deficit. So the reality of the fact is they're the 2 stronger sides in the group. Barcelona know they're going to go through. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, I've heard nonsense on the floor from Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns is piping up.
But you don't think, in all honesty, and I hear what you're saying about Barcelona, maybe not needing to, I'm not sure about them not needing to win the game.
I'm not sure about not needing, but at the same time, I reckon there's other strong teams. That's my personal argument. I think you got Arsenal there, who we've forgotten. Also, like I said, Atletico Madrid. You've got other teams in there that could cause problems.
Joel, would you put, serious question, would you put Arsenal top 4 over and above Manchester City, in all honesty, at the moment?
At the moment?
Yeah.
Yes. In Europe, yes. Of course, yes. Because I reckon in Europe, we've just got a better experience, more experience than them. And I reckon this year there's something special in the air with Wenger. I don't know what it is.
There's something magic.
There's something magic, there's something special.
Let me just ask you briefly, there was certainly magic in Ozil's boots, that goal.
Oh my gosh.
Will that be, come the end of the season, will we be talking about that as one of the best goals scored all season?
Why not?
In those early days.
Why not? Because there's points in a season that show what a team's about. And don't forget, we were losing 2-0. Somehow we were losing 2-0. But when you've got the fight and the spirit to do that, and the class, the sheer class, we've got Ozil, Mesut Ozil. I just don't think you understand. I'm not going to waste your time with the rest of it. You've got the point. You've got the point.
Joel, is Ozil too good for Arsenal?
I wouldn't say too good. Now, I wouldn't say too good. But I would say that he's definitely, to be honest with you, I reckon he's key. But for me, Sanchez is even more important.
Sanchez
Arsenal.
more important.
Yeah.
Dave, who's more important for Arsenal, Sanchez or Ozil?
I think if you've got a fully fit Ozil that's doing the wonders that he was doing over there at Real Madrid, I'd have him, to be honest with you.
Is he too good for Arsenal?
Well, I think this season's going to be the one to prove it, because I don't think he's going to sign a new contract until he figures out whether or not he is too good for Arsenal.
Yep.
Well, that's a good point. He wants £250,000 a week. We're hearing Sanchez likewise. Is Arsenal going to pay those two players that kind of money in order to keep them?
They're going to have to at some point.
It could all unravel for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? And the reality of the fact is, Arsenal can end up unraveling this season. Do you know what I mean? Because the reality of the fact is, I'll show you why. Because the reality of the fact is, they've got three key people who might end up leaving at the end of the season. Arsene, Ozil and Sanchez. Yeah. If they lose those three, it's finished. Yeah. It's over. It's completely game over. And all you need is one of the guys in Spain to call up for Sanchez back or to call up Ozil. And that's it. It's gone. Real Madrid. Exactly.
But your question was, will Wenger pay it? I reckon if it comes down to it, yes, he will. He has no choice.
Can those two players, can Sanchez and Ozil win you the title this season?
Of course. They're the main focal points, you know. Because if it's not him, then you've got injured Perez or Giroud leading the line for you. And to be honest with you, that's not good enough.
Did Giroud do enough last weekend versus Sunderland to warrant a starting place against Spurs at the weekend?
No. Because you got to remember that the teams he scores against, I'm not being funny, but they're never really the highest opposition or the highest quality. Yeah. In big games where you need him, I look at the games like Monaco in the Champions League when you needed him. PSG, you know, when you really needed him, he just skies it over the bar. You know, he'll score against your Sunderlands. He'll score against your.
But Arsene loves him. Arsene loves him. Same way Didier Deschamps loves him out over there at France, and Arsene loves him. They both love the guy. Like, regardless of what because Arsenal fans are in complete disarray with Giroud. But the reality of the fact is, the manager loves him. That's the reality of the fact, and I can see him starting.
What does he love about him, though, Dave? I mean,
I'm trying. To be honest,
It's his hair. It's definitely his hair.
It's the looks. I think every time he looks into his face, it's like,
definitely.
You're starting, mate.
I think we've had a goal. Unbelievable. We've had a goal. Who scored? Okay. Ghent has scored against Shakhtar.
Oh my gosh.
In the first minute, and I tell you what, I knew that was going to happen.
Another 1 minute, got 1 minute in.
You just knew it.
Koulibaly scored. Koulibaly has scored for Ghent against Shakhtar.
Was it a good goal? That's the question.
Let me just get, Raj, do we know, was it a good goal?
Was it a good goal?
Raj doesn't know. But they've scored.
We don't know.
Okay, Dave. Now, Phil Jones was back in the squad for the first time this season. Jose said, this is a direct quote, "We do not have enough time for him to get in a good condition. Maybe we have to play him." He was in the squad on the bench tonight. They didn't play him against Fenerbahce. Here's the question. It really is desperate times, surely, Dave, when you're relying on a half-fit Phil Jones. What is happening at Manchester United?
No, it is. It's an absolute calamity down there at the back, to be honest. I've got to be honest. At the back, it's a calamity. We've got 3 major injuries of 3 key players at Manchester United. In fact, one of them is Chris Smalling.
Chris.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone back to the Maidstone days.
It's like he's back at Maidstone.
He's gone back to the Maidstone days.
Seriously.
But I mean, who? Chris who? You know what I mean? Hold on.
Mike.
We don't know Chris. We need to get Mike back. Where is Mike Smalling? That's who we're looking for, Mike Smalling. Forget Chris. Where is Mike? Van Gaal took Mike off with him and left us with Chris. That's not who we want, to be honest.
I love this. It's the best lime green sofa we've ever had. It's brilliant.
Mike. But yeah, no. But I think it's just testament to the situation that we're currently in. But I think it's just bad luck. I think even with today's result, they scored with their first 2 shots on goal. They've only had 3 shots on goal. Yeah. Two of them were instant goals. And they were worldies. They were worldy goals. Absolute worldies. There's nothing that could have been done. The free kick was incredible.
It was a good free kick.
It was incredible free kick.
It was a good free kick.
Incredible free kick.
It was good.
Look, for any goalkeeper. Hold on. I just want to say.
Dave's getting angry.
I just want to say.
Go on, Dave.
Look, if you go over the wall,
it went around it.
Yeah, if you go over or around the wall, and you score, it's a good free kick. It's incredible free kick. Incredible.
I'm sorry.
Free kick.
Maybe whoever was in the goal could have jumped higher. I saw that.
Come on.
Yeah, he could have jumped
top bins.
It wasn't top
bins.
I'm sorry.
Can I just say, these guys are so good, I've eaten the washback glue. Come on.
Well done. Thank you.
Now, Joe, as an Arsenal fan,
yes,
this is my question to you regarding your friend's team, Manchester United.
Yeah.
Serious question.
Yeah.
On their current form, can you even see them finishing in the top half of the table?
Oh my God.
That's as Come on.
I think top half, yes. You know, just because at the end of the day, they'll probably buy some players in January for like 50 million or whatnot.
We need to buy players to finish in the top half.
No, but you will.
To finish in the top half.
Hold on a second.
You want to buy players?
Don't get angry at me because you lost. Don't get angry at me because you lost. All right.
Where's he going with this?
Don't get angry at me because you lost.
Where's he going with this?
You know, in the words of Didier Drogba, when Chelsea got scummed against Barcelona, it's a disgrace. It's a freaking disgrace. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Look,
Man United. It's a freaking disgrace. It's fine. It's freaking disgrace.
Everyone, and I hope our Skype caller doesn't get too excited, because the reality of the fact is, everyone's getting heavily excited about what's going on over there at Manchester United. The reality of the fact is, no, when I say excited, I mean, as a Manchester United fan, you have to deal with the heat from everyone. Like if you're a Palace fan and you lose, you might get a couple, you might get a couple texts from them Seagulls, but you might not. But if you're a Man United fan and you lose, you get hit from everybody. Previous teams could be playing the Championship, Ryman League. Everyone's getting hit. But hold on. What are you talking about? What's he talking?
You've lost the Fenerbahce. You should have beat Burnley. You're not playing well.
What have you guys been giving this guy to drink before he came into the show?
You're not playing well, Dave.
Dave, you're not playing well, Dave.
What are you talking about?
You're not playing well, Dave.
We dominated against Burnley.
You should have won.
37 shots.
Should have won.
We dominated against Stoke. Today we should have won.
Not playing well, Dave.
I think we're playing better.
You're not playing well, Dave.
We're playing better. We're playing better than we played.
Can I just stop, because we've got a break coming up. Can we try and get hashtag you're not playing well, Dave, trending? If we can try and get hashtag you're not playing well, Dave, let's get it trending. We've got 15 seconds to a break. I'll be back with Joel and Dave, the other side of the break. Let's hear it for Joel and Dave. Don't go anywhere, guys. There's a hot sofa. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Sky 212. Good times. Hashtag you're not playing well, Dave. I love it. Just not playing well, Dave. You're just not playing well, Dave. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. I'll be back with the lovely Joel and Dave on the lime green sofa with more hot chat. One of the hottest sofas we've ever had. Come on. It's amazing. Thank you guys. For the first time tonight, I'll have a foul, please. Now, once again, we are looking for the name of a famous footballer involved in a fouling incident. We will reveal vowels throughout the rest of the show. So for the first time tonight, I'll have my first vowel, please. Look at the screens, guys. It's an E, and I think we've got 3 names there. So the second letter from the middle name is an E. It's pointless asking anybody because it's so ridiculously hard. If you think you know who the I'll have a foul please is, then tweet at FanTVUK or join in at fantv.me. He's on the Skype, is our friend Dan La Liga Man.
Dan La Liga Man.
Dan the Liga Man, are you there, baby bum cakes?
Hola, Justin.
Oh, I love you, Dan the Liga Man. How you doing, brother?
I'm all good, mate. Good to see you again, because you had a week off last week, didn't you?
Hola, I did. Bonjour, Dan. Now, the main topic of conversation surely tonight has to be Manchester City, Barcelona. What a job they did.
Yeah.
We've got the Man City boys in.
Oh, I see you've got some City fans in by the sound of it, but yeah, I mean, that has to be the story of this roundup, doesn't it? I mean, who would have expected when Messi went 1-0 up for Barcelona? You would have thought, oh, here we go again, especially after 2 weeks ago. But credit to City, they were certainly up for it. Perhaps Barcelona shot themselves in the foot, letting City back into the game. But the second half, it was all City, and absolutely a deserved win.
Dan, they're calling it a tactical masterclass on the part of Pep. Is that building it up too much, or would you agree?
No, I think it's credit to Guardiola, really. I think he's certainly learnt his lesson from the thumping at the Nou Camp. I think perhaps that Barcelona, they didn't have Alba, Piqué, Iniesta, so you could say it wasn't quite a full-strength Barcelona. That's taking nothing away from City's performance. They were phenomenal, really. And I think it's almost a coming-of-age performance for City because they're not quite ranked in Europe's elite teams, but I think that is a real sort of a game-changer for them.
Whilst we're talking Man City, Barcelona, and specifically Messi, can I hit you with a broomer, Dan? It's a big one.
Go on, then.
Broomer! Dave, Joel as well on the sofa. See what you think of this, guys. Apparently, the result of the Ballon d'Or has been leaked, and according to reports in Spain, Messi has won it.
What?
Yes.
To me, that's wrong.
Dan?
That's a surprise, to be honest, because I said to Toby last week, I would have said Ronaldo for the sheer fact that he won the Champions League, won European Championships back in July. So as good as Messi has played, and he's only really won the Liga, in comparison, it's great to win another trophy, but I'll believe it when I see it. I'd still put my money on Ronaldo.
Well, further to this, if that's to be... Sorry, Dan, if that's to be believed, for those of you that didn't know, I didn't know this until earlier, the Ballon d'Or is not a FIFA competition.
That's right, not anymore. It's stopped this year. It was for about 6-7 years or so, maybe a little bit longer, but now FIFA have taken it away. They want to have their own award again. So this is an award that's gone on for about 50 years. It had a bit of FIFA linkage, but now it's stepped away again.
Well, Dan, I'm hearing that FIFA are going to launch their own new World Player of the Year competition.
That's right.
Called The Best. Is that right?
That is correct, yeah.
And we're hearing that Ronaldo will win that one. That's the broomer.
Well, again, that's fair enough. I mean, I was reading about the FIFA one. They're saying they're going to invite sort of fan votes and all that, and you think it's getting a bit gimmicky, really. Sort of, do we want X Factor sort of style awards for football? I don't know, but I mean, if Ronaldo gets either the FIFA award or the Ballon d'Or, it'd be nothing short of what he deserves, really, after what he's done in this calendar year.
But for you, the Ballon d'Or should go to Ronaldo this year. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I would go with Ronaldo this year.
Okay, Dan, back to Manchester City and Barcelona. What did Pep do the other night that he wasn't able to do at Barca? What was the difference, do you think? What was the key?
I think, obviously, starting with Aguero, having more of a presence up front. Certainly the press right from the attack line, because I think they looked a bit lost in the Nou Camp. It's always a hard place to go to, but I don't think De Bruyne sort of leading the line really gave them much of an outlet. I think they sort of... It was a bit too lightweight up top, but I think literally by sort of pressing Barcelona all the time, the first goal for City was a perfect example. They boxed Barcelona in. Who was it? Digne, the left back, made a suicidal pass across the box, and then City just picked up the scraps, and next thing they know, they're backing in the game. So I just don't think they let Barcelona relax and let them play their own game. And I think also not having Iniesta, sort of letting the midfield tick, was certainly a massive blow for Barcelona.
Dan, before we move on to other upcoming La Liga games, it's our second Twitter poll question of the night. Do you think Manchester City are one of the top 4 teams in Europe at the moment?
Yes, I think that that win on Wednesday would put them in that top 4. I think you'd have to say Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and City.
And I don't know, do you have any thoughts? Because we've got Dave, our Manchester United fan on the Lime Green Sofa. We've just heard, of course, that Manchester United have lost to Fenerbahce tonight 2-1. Have you got any thoughts at all on that game?
Well, I've only seen the score, to be honest, but I mean, it's just another bad result for United, really. You have to ask, do they really want to be in Europa League? Is Mourinho sort of thinking, oh, well, if we lose, it doesn't really matter because it's a competition we don't really want to be in, but they need wins at the moment. It's a team very low on confidence. So, again, it's another bad night for United.
Can I just ask, would you say they're not playing well at the moment?
Dan, what's your answer to that question from Joel?
I don't think Mourinho knows his best team, to be honest. I think you're trying to shoehorn too much in, you've got the Pogba, Ibrahimovic, Rooney. They can't all fit in the team. So I think it's still a learning process for Mourinho, and the results are sort of proving that.
I like you, man. I like you. I like you.
I like you too, mate. I like you too.
Let's preview some of the upcoming La Liga games. What have you got for us? What should we be looking out for?
Okay, we've got this weekend, we've got Atletico Madrid away to Real Sociedad, which is 6th place Sociedad, which is never an easy place to go to. That was on Saturday, so Atletico will do well to get a win there, but I wouldn't put it past them because they're a great side and they'll be full of confidence after their win in Champions League action on Tuesday. Sunday, we've got the pick of the games being Real Madrid against Leganes, which is at 11 in the morning. So if you fancy a bit of La Liga action with your cornflakes before the North London derby, you can squeeze that in. But the big one will be Barcelona away at Sevilla on Sunday night, about 7:45. So you've got 4th place Sevilla, who slipped up with a draw on Sunday. So they've sort of lost a little bit of ground on the top 3. Barcelona, obviously, they'll be looking to bounce back after their defeat on Tuesday night.
Atletico Madrid, Dan, still have a 100% record in the Champions League so far. They've won 4 out of 4. They're flying, aren't they?
They are. I mean, they're going to want to finally get to not only get to the final, but win it. I mean, they've been the bridesmaid twice now, and I think they'd love nothing more to finally put that to rest and actually lift the trophy this season. And I think we just said that City were the top 4 teams in Europe, or one of them. You'd have to, be very hard to sort of let go out of that group as well. So if you're saying top 5, they'd have to be in there as well.
Dan, any surprise results in La Liga last weekend?
Yeah, there was one surprise actually. Eibar beat Villarreal because it was the top 5 were quite tight. There was only sort of 3 points between them. But on Monday night, Villarreal went to Eibar in the Basque region and they lost 2-1. So that's probably the surprise. And perhaps Sevilla dropping points against Sporting Gijón as well. So like I said, they've lost a bit of ground after beating Atletico the week before. So their sort of momentum has dulled slightly. But Sevilla also had a good result in the Champions League on that was last night. And because of the fact they've qualified out of the group stages now, they won't actually get to win the Europa League again this year. So someone else will actually win it this year. So their reign as Europa League holders after 3 years will finally come to an end this season.
Could Manchester United win the Europa League, Dan?
No, because,
because they're not playing well enough.
No and no, I think is the answers to them. So.
Dan, I'm hearing in my ear, I think Villarreal are losing at home. Is that right?
I'll have to take your word for it. I don't know. I was doing some notes for this bit, really, so I've not really been impressed with the action.
Dan, what can you tell us about Gareth Bale's new contract? It's massive, isn't it?
It is huge. If you believe the figures in the papers, it's £360,000 a week. So there's a caveat there that the tax man will get his hands on it because, that'll be a big chunk of that. But after tax, you're probably looking at about £250,000 a week. So not bad where you can get it. But I think you'd have to say he's earned it because he's won, 2 Champions League titles in his spell there. So I think it's a qualified success. Probably disappointing for United fans and perhaps maybe Chelsea fans who were linked with a move for Bale to bring him back to the Premier League, but he's going nowhere for certainly the next few years.
Dan, very briefly, what do you know about Sanchez's arrest for, was it a tax evasion?
Tax evasion? Well, I think it's a common trait in Barcelona, don't they? They no one seems to be paying their taxes, so it'll be based on his time in Barcelona, 2012, 2014, so I don't know. It's very similar to the messy sort of case that we've had over the last few months where, again, it's down to tax evasion. So he's been fiddling the books, but we'll have to see what pans out from that, but it doesn't look too good for him at the moment.
Okay, Dan, we're going to have to love you and leave you, but just finally, have you got any West Ham news for us?
This week, no.
Okay, Dan, the Liga man, everybody. Dan!
Come on, Dan!
Okay, we got Dave and we got Joel still with me on the line.
Dan the Liga man.
Dan the Liga man. He knows all there is to know about La Liga and he loves West Ham. Dave, here's one for you. Now, my barber in Bristol, Savvy, who may or may not be watching tonight, he's Italian, and every month his mum gives him a copy of an Italian football magazine that's been around since the 1950s. Now, they do player ratings out of 10. And in the history of the publication, only 6 British players in this magazine, Nige, have ever scored a perfect 10. The last British player to do so was Gareth Bale. Paul Pogba has never scored above a 5.
Are you serious?
Serious.
On a weekly basis?
Never scored
But
above
I think,
5.
you know what it is for Paul Pogba, yeah? I think, and I was having this conversation yesterday with Joe, I think, the price tag is what's making his performances seem way worse than they actually are.
Yeah.
I don't think his performances are that bad. Because in reality, everyone's like, oh man, he should be scoring X amount of goals. He should be so. Look, Paul Pogba scored 8 goals last season in a blinding season for Juve.
Yeah.
He scored 3 goals this season. He scored half of those already. So the reality of the fact, it's not a goal. He wasn't brought to Manchester United to score an insane amount of goals. He was brought to Manchester United to create chances, to intercept balls, and by creating chances. Man United are not finishing the chances that have been created. He's been the most creative player at Manchester United.
Okay, brilliant. I can't believe I've got to say goodbye to Joel and Dave.
It's
unbelievable. Please
a
stop that.
travesty.
There's a bunch of cheeky girls. Can you do the song?
We
are the cheeky boys.
We'll be back after this break.
We are the cheeky boys. We are the... Hey!
We are the cheeky boys. We are the cheeky boys. We are the cheeky boys.
Well, welcome back to Fan TV. Joel and Dave, thank you guys. Amazing. If If you want to follow Cheeky Sport, and honestly, they're amazing, go to YouTube, The Cheeky Sport Boys, and subscribe. Cheeky Sport, is that right, Dave?
Cheeky Sport, yeah.
Cheeky Sport on YouTube. Okay, oh my goodness me, what a packed show we've got tonight. Thank you so much to Dave and Joel, The Cheeky Boys. In just a few minutes' time, we've got The Simpsons here on Fan TV. Mr. Burns is back, and he's brought Lisa with him. Oh, and Nigel as well. We love Nigel with all our hearts. But I don't think Nigel is one of the Simpsons. We'll see. In about 45 minutes' time, the Holmesdale Cravatics will be wrapping things up for us. Yes, they're back. Tony Picajonas, Paul Winker, Jason Just for Men. They'll all be here on the lime green sofa. And of course, we're still waiting on Kenny Ken to Skype us and rant. Hurry up, Kenny. That's in about half an hour's time. While we're waiting, let's get Nigel, Robert, and Lisa out here. Give them a big hand. Nigel, I love you with all of my heart. Lovely to see you, brother. Lisa, lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Mr. Burns is back.
Great to see you.
Mr. Burns, you legend. Can I just start, Nigel, by saying, what socks are you wearing?
We've gone with the striped ones, Justin. Thanks for everybody who voted, but it's based on your vote, to be fair, my friend.
Okay, Nigel.
You said stripes, so we went with stripes.
You tweeted, you put a poll out there, should you wear stripy socks or square socks? Yep. I said there is nothing square about you, Nigel. He's gone for the stripes. Let's hear it for the stripy socks. Incredible, incredible. It's been a hot show tonight. It's been a packed show tonight. Manchester City, my goodness me, what a result, Nigel.
Manchester City 3, Barcelona 1.
I know, who knew? This is Johnny, by the way.
Hello, Johnny.
He's just come onto the floor to sniff your socks. Sniff those socks, Johnny. He's a freak. He's a maniac. He's a maniac. Give him a good sniff. You maniac, you crazy man. He loves the K and he sniffs the socks.
I'll leave that there.
Nigel.
Where were we?
3-1.
3-1. If I would have said to you, Barcelona, pass 3-1, we won.
I know, absolutely.
Amazing. We love Pep. We trust Pep.
You love him. You trust him.
We trust him.
Lisa, in all honesty, did you think you would win that game, and did you think you would win it comfortably?
I thought we had a good chance of winning, but honestly, I thought we'd draw. I didn't expect us to win 3-1 at all, no.
Mr. Burns, would you have been happy with the draw?
I thought when Sterling was denied an obvious penalty, and then Messi scored, it would be very difficult to get a draw. So it's an absolutely thrilling result.
Now you've got to. It was a thrilling result, of course. You've got to absolutely love Raheem Sterling, who said this about his former club, Liverpool. I don't know if you saw this quote, Nigel. City star Raheem Sterling has admitted he always saw Liverpool as a stepping stone to greater things. What do you think about that comment? He's sticking it to Liverpool there, isn't he, Nigel?
Yeah, he has. He's had a difficult start, hasn't he, at City?
Yeah.
He was booed every ground he goes. So that seems to have tailed off a bit now, because I think he's found his form, and I think people are realising probably need to lay off him. And he's had a great start under Pep, and Pep's given him that newfound confidence. So, he's as Rob said, I think that was a stonewall penalty, and disappointing he got booked for it.
He's only 21, of course. He's still a very young man, Rob. He's claimed he always believed he would eventually leave Liverpool. Did he have to? Why do you think? Why did he not fit in there?
Well, it wasn't about fitting in. It was about playing with better players, and that's what he's doing now that he's come to the Etihad. I don't think it's necessary for him to describe Liverpool as a stepping stone. Liverpool is a great club with a long tradition. But there's no doubt about it that he is absolutely on fire, and the arrival of Pep and his form this season has been absolutely outstanding.
So do you think if Raheem Sterling was still playing for Liverpool now, do you think, generally speaking, he would be playing for a lesser team?
I don't like to describe any club as a lesser team. Liverpool have got a great tradition. They've won many trophies, but this is our time now, and what's happening under Pep is so exciting for the supporters, for the club, for the players, and what Pep's doing is improving the players, not just allowing them to play.
Lisa, are Liverpool a lesser team than Manchester City?
No, I agree with Rob. I would never describe a team like Liverpool as a lesser team than City. Not just yet, anyway.
Not just yet. Not just yet, anyway. Okay.
I think Liverpool are a real threat this season. I think they're looking really good. I think of the sides who are up there. People talk about Arsenal, people talk about Spurs. Clearly, City are up there. I think Liverpool are looking a really, really good prospect.
But Lisa, do you seem to think, you say not just yet, do you seem to think that Liverpool are at some point going to fall away?
No, I just think we're going to propel so far ahead of everybody else that they will be a lesser team. But I agree with Nigel. I think that Liverpool are a real threat this season. They don't have European football either, and I think that is a key there. I really think they'll be up there with us.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't have the distraction, if you like, as they might see it at the moment, of European football.
We beat Barcelona 3-1.
You did.
Did you pick that up?
I did see that.
Yeah.
They're calling it a tactical masterclass by Pep. What do you think that Pep was able to put right?
I don't think we were that bad in Barcelona, Justin.
Really?
Thinking about it, the first half, we've pretty much matched them, and it was a defensive error, and then another error from our keeper. We then go down to 10 men, and against Barcelona, it's difficult enough 11 against 11. I don't think we got a drubbing in Barcelona, as some people are saying. So I think we did pretty well.
Well, last season, of course, you reached the semi-finals of the Champions League. Do you think, based on the result against Barcelona, that you could be set for an even better Champions League season?
Well, I don't think we can base it on just one result.
Sure.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago we were talking about, we can't get a win from anywhere.
Yeah.
And this is a transitional season. We've said that before. It's going to take time. We're not going to suddenly turn into the best side in Europe overnight. If we don't win, it's not the end of the world. If we don't win the Premier League, it's not the end of the world.
Okay, let's bring City fan Joe in on the conversation. He's on the Skype. Joe, are you there, you lovely man?
Hey!
Hey, Joe, how you doing, baby?
Oh, decent, thanks. Not bad, not bad.
Joe, one of the Croatics on the floor is asking, are you 12?
13.
13, still too young to be on the show, but nonetheless, we like you, Joe, so we're gonna stick with you. Was it a tactical masterclass, Joe?
It was the best I've ever seen the team play, hands down. I've never seen Man City play that well. Give me any other game. It was the best. I'm running out of superlatives for how well we played that match.
Okay, I want to start talking to you all. Of course, we've got Nigel, we've got Lisa Simpson and Mr. Burns on the lime green sofa. I want to ask you all about the incident in the tunnel. Everybody's been talking about this today.
Come on,
it reeks of some kind of, let's hush this up, let's brush it all under the carpet, Joe, does it not?
Come on.
All it says to me is that people find it so hard to say good things about City that they have to talk about this. Can't we have a few more minutes on how brilliant we were in that game?
Well, we do talk an awful lot about how amazing Manchester City have been, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't get your thoughts on this particular issue, because according to Calcio Mercato...
Who?
Calcio Mercato... Sorry, that's not right. That's a different note. Sorry, not Calcio Mercato. What was it? That's a completely different thing. So, City have denied that there was any incident. La Cope, that's it. La Cope, a radio station in Spain, have reported that Arteta provoked an argument with Messi after spotting Messi waiting outside the referee's room. Now, the radio station claimed, Rob, Arteta, a former Barcelona player, said to Messi, quote, "Move along, stupid. Get yourself in your dressing room." To which they then claimed Messi came back with, "Come over here and say that to my face, stupid." Boom. Yeah, what a comeback. So it would seem they were both calling one another stupid, Joe. What are your thoughts on any of that?
Well, firstly, I don't reckon they were saying stupid. I reckon that was just the presses to keep it clean. All it says to me, if that actually happened, and it started because Messi was outside the referee's room, just says Messi's a terrible loser.
Let me ask, Rob, you were quite vocal on this when I was reading out those quotes.
Why are we talking about this? Why aren't we talking about what a wonderful game De Bruyne had, what a fantastic free kick he had, Gundogan scoring 2 goals. Teams lose, their players get upset, opposing players have arguments. That's part and parcel of the game. Did you not hear what Aguero said about it? Yeah. It was a lot of handbags. It was just nothing.
Nothing more than handbags, Nige?
I think, listen, we've talked about it. It's also been reported that sort of Aguero went in there and sort of everything was sort of smoothed over by Aguero. It's such a non-story, considering, we had our man on the Skype there talking about this is the biggest story. Yeah. And we're talking about this. I really think we should move on.
Well, I think Aguero, actually, it's further alleged that Aguero actually sort of stepped in and had to sort of calm Messi down. I think he was really clearly kicking off about something.
No, he didn't actually. What Aguero said was that he didn't talk to Messi, but that footballers get emotional when they lose.
Why would Messi be hanging around, though, Rob, outside the referee's room at half-time?
Well, you'll have to get Messi onto the programme. I mean, he was very upset.
He's on the light pencil.
He was very upset that Barcelona didn't get a penalty when the ball hit Aguero. But, you know, was he campaigning for City to get a penalty when Sterling got a cast iron penalty?
Well, here's the issue.
Yes, son, better than yes, son.
Oh, we've got a very vocal on the floor. Joe, here's the issue, though. Let's talk Mourinho. Now, Mourinho has received a £50,000 fine and a touchline ban for his reaction during the game against Burnley, it was, wasn't it? So if Mourinho's been given a touchline ban and a 50 grand fine, why is this being swept under the carpet, as it seems it has been?
Joe, you don't have to answer that. I mean, that's just nonsense. It's complete nonsense.
You think it's a nonsense, Rob?
I do think it's a nonsense. Mourinho is the manager of the team. We're talking about players here. Mourinho has got form on this. He's questioned the integrity of referees. He deserves all the fines he's getting and the bans that he's getting. That's a different issue from players having words with each other after a game.
But you're talking about one of the two best footballers in the world, one of the greatest players in the history of the game, Rob, who may well win, if our rumours to believe, the Balloon d'Or.
Well, can I just remind you of what De Bruyne said about this, because he was asked whether Messi was on a different planet, and he said no, because otherwise he wouldn't be here if he was on a different planet. He's a footballer. He's a very good footballer. He's entitled to lose his temper. He doesn't do it very often. But then Barcelona don't lose very often. So, you know, they just got to take it like men.
But they have to take it like men. But what's bizarre, though, Rob, as Nige, City have denied there was any incident. And clearly there was an incident. So why on earth would City deny it? Why wouldn't they just say what you're saying? Yes, this happened. Yes, it was an issue. But let's move on. Why deny it?
Well, I suspect. I don't know. I wasn't there, and as you said, we'll have to get Messi here, and that'll be great, wouldn't it?
Can I pause? We've got a break coming up. I'm so sorry. Don't go anywhere as hot sofa. Joe, we love you. We'll see you very soon. Back in 2. Good times. Sorry, Joe. We're going to have to love you. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. You can cut the tension in the room with a knife. I'm hoping Mr. Burns doesn't release the hands. We got Mr. Burns, Lisa Simpson, and we love Nigel on the lime green, so I love you with all my heart. Rob, I'm so sorry. Before we get back to the chat, let's have our second wash bag clue of the evening. Clue 1 was a pastry, which I consumed. Clue number 2 is this broken hand. Yes, it's a disgusting looking broken hand. And I'm just hearing that this broken hand, Nige, is going to take more than 5 weeks to heal. Mr. Burns, without revealing the name, do you think you know whose washback I've kleptoed?
I think I do, and I think I know who his father is as well.
Okay, say no more. Say the suspense is killing us on the floor. Lisa, do you think you know who it belongs to?
Yes, I think so.
Nige?
I think I might do, yeah.
Okay, if you think you know, tweet us at FanTV UK or join in at fantv.me is the email. And if you want to Skype, like lovely Joe, we ran out of time, I'm so sorry, we love Joe with all our hearts, then Skype, call us FanTV channel. To go back to this issue, because I find it absolutely fascinating. You've got Messi allegedly hanging around outside the referee's room at half-time during your win over Barcelona. If that is true, Nige, if that's the case, Arteta surely is within his rights to have said something to him. And if you've just joined us, it is alleged that Arteta said to Messi upon seeing him loitering outside the referee's room, "Move along, stupid, get yourself in your dressing room." You would expect a member of your squad, your team, to say something along those lines, Nigel.
Yeah, I think we can draw a line under this, can't we, Justin? Because at the end of the day, players hang around referees. If we, believe everything we read, they hang around dressing rooms. They hang outside the referee's dressing room. They will have comments. They'll say things to each other in the dress. City are playing this down because I believe it's a non-incident. I genuinely do. And even if it is, who cares? At the end of the day, players talk to each other. Players have a bit of banter. Sometimes it spills into something a bit more than banter.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it's not important. It's genuinely not important.
I think what's more important is that after the game, Guardiola said City are not one of the top 4 teams in Europe. They've got a long way to go to improve, but this is a symbolic victory and very important for the morale and the confidence of the team, and I think that's a proportionate statement and a very good one.
Rob? Oh, we've had a goal! We've had a goal! Who scored? Icardi has scored for Inter Milan. Quite unpopular, Icardi, at the moment. We've spoken about that on the show before. Icardi has scored for Inter against Southampton. Southampton are losing currently in the Europa League. Rob, just finally on this before we move on, why would Manchester City deny that there was an incident when it's clear that there obviously was?
Well, you'll have to invite them to come on and comment on this, but it's just an absolute load of nonsense. The key thing is that City played the best team in Europe off the park, and they played out of their skins in a way that was very unlikely when they went 1-0 down. And that shows tremendous character by the players and by the coaching staff, and that's what we should be focusing on.
Aside from the fact that they were losing, Nige, let's just, hypothetically, if Messi had the referee's ear and he wanted to have a moan at the referee, aside from the obvious, what could he possibly have wanted to moan to the ref about, specifically?
I'm really genuinely not sure. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, and that's not very helpful to you. It's not very helpful for the show, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Okay. Oh, sorry, we've got a tweet just in as well. Let's have a look at this. Who's this from? It's from Holmesdale Cravatics. If Manchester City fans were a colour, they would be beige. Unbelievable! That's from the Holmesdale Cravatics on the floor. Nige, are you being a bit beige on this issue?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's honest.
What do you want us to say then?
I don't know. It's your club. I don't sit on the fence.
Homesdale Cravatics aren't mic, so you can't hear their response. Nigel obviously just said, what do you want us to say? And Homesdale Cravatics just replied, we don't know, it's your club, and I think there's a suggestion that you might be sitting on the fence. Rob, are you sitting on the fence?
Certainly not. That's complete rubbish. What we're saying is this is a non-story. We should be focusing on the football and the sensational victory of our team. And can we return to that, please?
Okay. Let's go on to Aguero. Nigel Aguero has said he had nothing but respect for Pep's decision to drop him for the game at Barcelona. But surely he would have been miffed, wouldn't he? A player of Aguero's quality to be dropped for that game, which of course you lost.
Of course, no player wants to be dropped, do they? They want to play football.
Yeah.
But it's done the trick, hasn't it? He's been on fire since he's come back, and he was fantastic against West Brom. He was brilliant against Barcelona, and as I said at the start, we trust Pep. You know, he's disposed of players who have been legends at the club. You know, Yaya's not going to play again, is he? We've talked about Joe Hart on this sofa many times before.
Yes.
He's been moved on. You know, other players as well. You know, he's played 3 at the back. He's played 4 at the back. He's tried De Bruyne up front. He's trying different things, and this is still a team in transition. He doesn't know his best side necessarily. He doesn't know his best formation. We're trying different things, and.
You'd have to say, I'm sure Pep would probably admit, wouldn't he, Rob, that dropping Aguero for that first Barcelona game was a huge mistake.
What he said was that, you know, you're a genius when you win and you're an idiot when you lose. What I like is that he's prepared to take risks. He took risks for that game. They didn't come off. He took risks last night. They did come off. I want to see a thinking manager who tries to outthink the other team, and that's what he did in the second half last night.
Pep, of course, is continually demanding improvement from Aguero, which has prompted speculation about his future. Now, clearly he was outstanding on Tuesday, but Aguero said this: "I need to try to do better." He's got 13 goals in 14 games. What else does he need to do? Why is Pep continuing to push him when he's got a player who is on fire?
But that's what he does. He improves all players, doesn't he? You know, he's brought John Stones in, who I think is a far better player than he was last season.
Yeah.
We've seen Kolarov played in different positions. You know, Otamendi, who had major problems last season, who's also improved. You know, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Sterling, we've talked about. All these players have all improved under Pep after only 3 months.
Rob, John Stones, has he improved or is he still useless?
Can we, first of all, say, going back to the issue about Aguero, what you haven't said is that Guardiola made it clear that he can't do what he wants to do without Aguero because he's a superb player. No, you're not talking about that. That shows that he's got plans for City with Aguero and that we need him. And what he's done already, we can all see it, is Aguero scores goals. He didn't score in this great game, but he had a wonderful game. He was more mobile. He was chasing back when City lost the ball, as Silva did, which is almost unheard of. I mean, this is a magnificent change in the way that City are playing.
Lisa, Aguero, 13 goals in 14 games. His manager is making him feel that he needs to try to do better. He was outstanding on Tuesday. What more, at the age of 28, does he need to do?
It's not even just about him doing more. It's just about him not resting on his laurels and trying to improve his game. Yes, he could just sit back and say, well, I score 20-odd goals a season, I'm perfect. But as Nigel said, Pep is just trying to improve all the players we have to get the best out of them. And even if he doesn't score, he still, I mean, he always has worked hard and contributed, but it's just, I've seen a real difference in him in the past couple of games.
Just another note that just to be clear on this as well, to go back, because you're going to love this, Rob, what we spent a lot of time talking about already. Barcelona star Messi will not face any repercussions for his tunnel bust-ups after City's 3-1 win.
Well, isn't that confirmation that it's a non-story? Why is that important?
But Rob, the issue is they've made it a non-story, and that's the issue.
But even if they'd have said it was a story, people would have a problem with them saying that as well. They can't win.
What if it was Ronaldo? Would it still be a non-story?
Yeah.
A player that's probably more known for throwing his toys out of the pram. I mean, we've all seen it. Would it still be a non-story if it was Ronaldo?
I think we ought to be talking about Gundogan. We haven't mentioned him, who cost less than United paid the agent in the Pogba transfer, who scored 4 goals in 2 games with assists, who's playing absolutely brilliantly and is a great transformation from Yaya Toure. This is a vindication of what Pep is doing.
He should be a world-class player though, Rob, shouldn't he?
Well, he is.
Yeah.
But he only cost £20 million, with respect. That is not a lot of money when you're paying £89 million for Pogba.
Pogba, of course, you were on the floor when I mentioned this earlier on, according to my friend Savi, who gets the Italian magazine. Only 6 British players have ever scored a perfect 10. Paul Pogba, of course, is not a British player, but nonetheless, he's never scored above a 5. He went hobbling off tonight, we understand, for Manchester United in their defeat to Fenerbahce. What are your thoughts on that, Nigel? It doesn't rate above a 5. He doesn't seem to be playing very well for Manchester United. He seems completely out of sorts. Was that a waste of money, £89 million?
I don't think we should talk about the money, because I think things have changed so much in football nowadays, and the money doesn't really matter. He's clearly a class player. Mourinho is still trying to work out his best team. It's great for us, obviously, to see them losing again tonight. We beat them in the league earlier in the season. But, you know, he's not a bad player, is he, Pogba? Let's be honest.
I'll ask you the question that I asked Dave, the Manchester United fan, earlier. Is it beyond the realms of possibility that Manchester United might not finish this season in the top half of the table, the way they're playing?
If they carry on the way they're playing, it's certainly a possibility, yeah.
Rob?
Well, I think we're too obsessed as City fans about United. Why do we have to talk about them? This is an average, mediocre team at the moment, and a lot of United fans are texting me, ringing me up, saying, we think you're playing wonderful football and it's great for the Manchester tradition of football. So, you know, I don't care what United do.
Very, very average team, your words, Rob, but they still beat you in the cup, didn't they?
Yeah, but we had our second string out, and so it wasn't a real contest. But congratulations to them on doing it. Our youngsters played extremely well. And, you know, that is a change from last season when Pellegrini wasn't prepared to play those kinds of players. Garcia and Maffeo had magnificent games, and that was a bonus for us.
OK, we've only got a minute before our next break, so I want to get in another foul if I can. So for the second time tonight, I'll have a foul, please. OK, we're looking for the name of a well-known footballer involved in a fouling incident. You've had one vowel already. It's an E from the middle name. For the second time tonight, can I have a vowel, please? It's another E. What's brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. That's great. It's something, something. Let's have another vowel, please. Unbelievable. Nige, any ideas?
No idea at all.
2 E's and an I. Mr. Burns.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. If you think you know, tweet at FanTV UK or join in at fantv.me. Hashtag foul, please. It's a hot sofa tonight. We've got the wonderful Nigel, the sensational Mr. Burns, and Lisa, can we get some saxophone during this break? Back in 2. Good times. Love it. thought it was, just to be clear. Arteta said, "You're stupid." Messi, "You're stupid." Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. I have got Mr. Burns, Lisa Simpson, and the one and only Nigel on the lime green sofa. It's a hot sofa tonight. Before we go any further with the chat, I do believe it's time for the one and only Kenny Ken's rant. Have a look at this.
That's complete rubbish.
Yes, it's time for Kenny Ken to kick off. Kenny, are you there, baby?
Yes, I am, Justin. I'm looking at all these Man City fans, innit? Can you imagine? You know, it's really hard for you guys. I mean, you're probably one of the best teams in the country, and everyone's still obsessed with Man United. I mean, people still see you as the Spurs of Manchester. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, if you take Aguero and De Bruyne out your side, you're virtually ordinary anyway. And we're probably going to beat we're probably going to win the league anyway. And one thing, you haven't beaten us for 3.5 years. I thought I'd get that in before I get me ranting, because I know it's getting a bit spicy. Then I just want you guys wound up and up for the show anyway.
Kenny Ken, I love you to bits. I watch you every time you're on Fan TV.
I love you too.
But you are so wrong, my friend. You're sorry. You know, listen, getting into Europe every year for the last few years doesn't get you an open-top bus ride round North London, does it? Let me finish. You come on here, you rant away. You've won nothing for years, my friend. And for you to say that we're not a side only with Aguero and De Bruyne. You heard Rob say, Gundogan, 20 million. Scored 4 goals in 2 games. Silva, awesome. Silva and Gundogan were the 2 men of the match for me against Barcelona. We beat Barcelona 3-1, Kenny Ken. You're winning nothing, my friend. I don't know why you come on about this stuff.
Let me tell you something now. You only got the Champions League by a whisker on goal difference. And when you had Aguero and De Bruyne out the side, that is proof, it's a pudding, that you guys struggle to get the top 4.
Excuse me, have you heard of...
These are facts.
Have you heard of Iheanacho? Do you know how many goals he scored?
Actually, his name is pronounced Iheanacho. He's Nigerian, so I've got a Nigerian background, so I'll just help you.
How many goals has he scored?
He's scored quite a few goals. He's a very good player.
Quite a few,
But he's not the finished article.
But that's because he's a very young boy.
I understand, Mr. Burns, but as I said before, I've got the greatest respect for Man City. It was only like 17 years ago that you were struggling to beat Gillingham, but but I said you've managed to buy your weight in the big time, and I've got a great respect for you anyway.
So Arsenal have never spent any money, have they?
Oh, we spent a bit of money, but not as much as you guys, anyway.
Right.
Nigel?
I've forgotten now. But anyway, but what's your rant this week then? I remember what it was. You talked about us being obsessed by the team from just outside Manchester.
No, it's not about Man United. It's not about Man United.
That's what you came on and said. It was, to be fair, it was Justin who asked us a question. We didn't raise that. We were asked a question and we've answered it. We're certainly not obsessed by them. They're history, my friend. We are the future.
Hey, I bow to your superior knowledge, Nigel, as usual.
Ken, let me just ask you this. Were you not impressed by Manchester City's win over Barcelona Tuesday night?
I was insane with jealousy. We can't even get. We're lucky to get a corner against Barcelona. Like, what do you think I'm taking out of them and being? Can't you see the jealousy coming from my veins? That's why I'm giving it a bacon, isn't it?
And Ken, Mr. Burns I'm sure would like me to ask you this question.
Yes.
Why are Manchester City denying that anything happened in the tunnel on Tuesday night?
I don't know. I think with Man City, what's happened? You've got to realise with Man City, they only just started to fall in love with the Champions League, so you don't want to spoil their day anyway. I mean, it was an effort to get them to actually not boo the Champions League anthem, so don't spoil it by trying to create a fight that weren't there. You know what I mean? Come on, just behave.
Kenny Ken, you lovely man. It's time for your rant. Take it away, sir.
Right. What I'm going to say, it's not so much a rant, but it's a plea. It's right, because I think, as you can see, I had a go at Roy Keane, exposing for the ponce that he is, i.e., it's poncing money of ITV. I showed Karen Brady for what she is. But what I want to do now is plead, as a plea, to Arsenal Football Club. And the reason why I'm asking for a plea is because we're a club full of history. We have some great managers. We've got Arsene Wenger, who are obviously, my views on Arsene Wenger, Nigel. But one of the things that I want Arsenal to reconsider is their stance on George Graham. I think it's time for George Graham to come back into the fold. Now, a lot of people who think that Arsenal only existed after 1996 need to know about George Graham. George Graham was a part of a 1971 double winning side. You know, we've done a double, by the way, Nige. I thought you'd just get that win in anyway. So he's the double winning side. He also won 2 league titles. He broke the domination of Liverpool Football Club. And for some reason, Arsenal Football Club are denying him. Now, I know about the bunk. And I know he went to... I was going to get to that. Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns, I was going to get to that. And I fully respect what you're going to say. Because like I said, I've got respect. But one thing about the final imperiality, Mr. Burns, is that during the 80s, a lot of managers were taking bunks. Now, there's one manager that took a bunk, and he's got 2 statues in 2 cities in the East Midlands after him. But, you know, that's called forgiveness. But Arsenal, they seem to forget about everything that George Graham's done. Now, the question I want to say to Arsenal Football Club, when you sacked George Graham, was it down to morals, or was it down to arse protection to protect the fact that you were complicit in his dealings? That's one question to ask. Because one thing is, right, by airbrushing George Graham out of our history, you're virtually denying that 1989 at Anfield happened. You're denying all the win at Copenhagen when we beat a very good Parma side, where we had people like Ian Selly and David Lee in midfield, but we still managed to beat a team with Faustino Asprilla, Thomas Brolin, Zola, great players. But as far as people who are Arsenal football concerned, it never happened. The fact that we won the league in '91, conceding only 18 goals, that never happened. So I'm going to end this rant by saying, Arsenal, for the love of God, all right, I've got a great respect for what you did. You were the first club in English football to, like I said, bring your club into the community, and we've always been a family. So for the love of God, please bring George Graham back in the fold, and let bygones be bygones. Come on, a bit of justice for George. Justin, after me, I want you to say this. Justice for George.
Justice for George.
You guys on the sofa. Justice for George.
Justice for George.
Yeah, yes, got one from Nigel. Mr. Burns not having it though, Ken. Mr. Burns isn't having it.
Thank you very much for that account of ancient history in football. It was extremely interesting.
But you still think that George Graham should remain airbrushed out of our history?
I have no concern or interest in how Arsenal display their history. They've spent a long time trying to win trophies. Perhaps we ought to be concentrating on that.
Well, who knows, man? We might pick you for the league. After all, I still think we've got a bit of a better squad than you anyway.
I think, Kenny Ken, yet again, you will fall at that final hurdle, and the bus that's waiting there, decked out in red and white, will have to wait for many years to come.
You know, Nige, that's the beauty of football. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Ken, do you think you've got a better squad at Arsenal than Manchester City, in all seriousness?
I fully say so. And the reason why I say that is because we've got a depth of players in midfield. Like, our midfield is very strong. We've got players who cover every bases. We've got holding players. We've got, if Coquelin's out, we can get El Neni and Xhaka in. We've got Cavola, he's a deep line midfielder. We've got Xhaka who can play that position as well. We also got Ozil on the side, we've got Ramsey to come back. It's a very strong midfield, and basically they can play for any team. Plus in defence, we're now strong in defence where we've never been before. And we've got 2 great world-class goalkeepers. So I think a lot of squads in the Premiership will envy what I've got. I've got a great respect for Man City, but one thing I do worry about Man City is that you've only got 2 world-class players. I do think that if one of them gets injured, but particularly Aguero, I think you might struggle for goals. And that's why I generally believe that we're slightly stronger than you at this start side.
Ken, who's the other player aside from Aguero that you would classify as being world-class for Manchester City?
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
Is it Silva? Is it Gundogan? Is it Silva?
Sterling.
Sterling.
Rob, let me ask you, Rob, according to Kenny Ken, you've only got 2 world-class players. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's silly nonsense.
Silly nonsense, Kenny Ken.
How is it silly nonsense? World-class. How you define world-class is by two things. It's not just world-class ability, it's about consistency of performances. And De Bruyne and Aguero perform consistently for you. You can't say that about Sterling. Maybe Silva, but those 2 players...
Sorry, that's now 3 rather than 2 that you're talking about.
I said 2, but I said maybe Silva, Mr. Burns.
Oh, no. But how many world-class players have Arsenal got?
Well, like I said, we've got Sanchez, Petr Cech, the best goalkeeper in the Premiership. You can't deny that. Koscielny's a world-class centre-half. Can't deny that. It's in the world class bracket. I mean, like I said, if you could tell me they're not, then obviously that's your opinion. But I genuinely believe, from what I've seen week in, week out, you can't say that Petr Cech, Sanchez, Ozil and Koscielny are not world class.
Ken, let me ask Lisa. Lisa, you answered the question. How many world class players do you think Arsenal have?
I think Sanchez.
Yeah.
And maybe Ozil.
What about Petr Cech?
Ken, let me give you a quick broomer. We won't do the stink because we don't have time, but a quick broomer that concerns both of you. We've literally got a minute on this. The broomer is Arsenal will try to sign Aguero from City, but the broomer is they'll have to offload Ozil to afford it. In less than a minute, Ken, what do you think about that broomer?
I don't think it's going to happen. Man City will be absolutely nuts to sell Aguero. He's the best striker in the Premiership, by and well. And if Argentina had Aguero in the World Cup final 2014, they win it. Because that chance that, like Higuain missed, Aguero puts it away. Last few minutes when Messi was through on goal, Aguero puts it away. He's the best striker in the Premiership. Come on. I know we haven't agreed, Mr. Burns, but we do agree on something. He's the best striker in the Premiership.
Ken, very quickly, literally in 10 seconds, if it meant you could sign Aguero, would you offload Ozil to get him in 10 seconds?
I'm greedy. I want both of them.
Okay. Kenny Ken, everybody. Ken, we love you so much.
Cheers, Kenny Ken.
I love Kenny Ken's rant. Nigel, Lisa, Mr. Burns, thank you so much for being on our lime green sofa.
Next time, could we talk a bit more about Lionel Messi and what happened?
Absolutely,
in the
yes. I'm so sorry. Rob, I'm so sorry we didn't talk more about Messi.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
I've got quotes and everything. He said stupid things. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Fan TV on Sky 212. Thank you, Nigel. Just awesome. Unleash the hounds. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212. Can I just say another big thank you to Lisa Simpson, Mr. Burns, phenomenal, and the one and only Nigel, our Manchester City fans. It's one of the best lime green sofas we've ever had tonight. Before we welcome our Palace fans onto it, shall we have another celebrity watch bag clue? Listen, I'm a filthy, dirty klepto. I love it. I can't help myself. Let's have another clue from the bag that I've stolen tonight. Clue number 1 was a pastry, which I've eaten. Clue number 2 was a broken hand. It's been broken for 5 weeks. And the third clue tonight is this DVD of the 2 towers. And I think have I got a further clue to go with this? If I remember rightly, oh yes, yeah, I'm just hearing in my ear. There's one further clue to go with the 2 towers. Yes, it's my impression of Yoda, apparently. It's got nothing to do with the DVD whatsoever. So totally disregard this. Nothing to do with it. If you think you know who's Washbag of Klepto, get in touch at FanTV UK. Join in at fantv.me. Now it's time to welcome them back. These 3 guys were amazing the last time they come on. Please welcome, just for men, Winker Paul and John Picahonas. Come on to the sofa. Oh, just for men. Just for men. I love you, baby. Paul, let's see that cheeky wink. Oh, I love it. And Tony, sorry, not John Picahonas. What am I talking about? Now, Tone, let me just start with you. Because the last time you were on this sofa, you were absolutely plastered. How are you feeling tonight, Tone?
Fine, lovely.
Yeah, clearly he's feeling absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Look straight into the camera. Camera number 1 there, Tone.
I like the upgrade on the fridge. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely brilliant to have you guys back. Cool. It's been a dynamite sofa tonight. Before we start talking Palace, Paul, I just want to get, because you weren't mic'd at the time, I want to get some of your reaction. Nigel's still here, of course, our Man City fan. Because you were brilliant with your reaction on the floor to the whole messy Arteta tunnel gate. Do you think our Manchester City fans were sitting on the fence? How do you see it?
Possibly a little bit, but it's not something I take massive interest in, to be honest with you.
No.
I just sort of thought you should, if you've got an opinion, just go one way or the other. It's black and white. Everything in my life is black and white.
Yeah, I was putting a question, of course, several times to Nigel and to Lisa and Mr. Burns. What I don't get is Manchester City denying that anything had happened. I don't see what purpose that serves.
My problem is I didn't watch a single bit of it, but if you've got an opinion, just say it.
Just give your opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not...
Quite right too. Okay, so let's get your opinions on Crystal Palace, because I'm quite sure you have been watching the Palace.
Yeah.
They are, of course, your team. You've got your scarf on? You bought a
Yeah,
scarf
I got my scarf.
Oh, lovely, Paul. Okay, so you're currently sitting in 13th place. You've got 11 points. A defeat last Saturday, of course, 4-2 at home to Liverpool. You've got Burnley at Turf Moor on Saturday. Fair to say, just from end, that October has been a month to forget for you.
Hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. You know, but let's be honest. If I think about the Leicester and Liverpool games, I don't think we expected a lot from them games. I don't think we expected to get much from them. West Ham was disappointing, but to be fair to West Ham, I think they turned up. They had a game plan. They played well.
Yeah.
But it's not been a great month for us, to be honest.
Tony Bicona's disastrous month. You haven't won a game in the league in October.
No, but I'd say put it in perspective. We played the league champions. You know, people can say, you know, let's go back 10 years. Oh, we should be beating Leicester, but no, they are the league champions. We played Liverpool. You know, yeah, they've been on the decline, but they've got, you know, millions of pounds worth of quality, and a London derby. You know, West Ham have been on the downfall, but the thing is, London derbies form goes out the window. So I think if you put it into realism, you know, I think. Yeah, we'd like to win every game, but I go to every game expecting us to lose because I'm just a Palace fan for a long time.
The problem, Tone, sorry to cut in, but losing to this Liverpool side, and they are phenomenal. There's no shame in that. But when you look at the month gone by and you haven't managed to win any of the games, then surely that's going to make your cojones shrink. Have your cojones shrunk?
That and the cold.
Well, yeah, and the cold.
And alcohol at times.
Yes.
But no, I think it's just a case of, you know, put it into perspective. If we're around Christmas time and we're in this form, then yeah, I'm going to be worried. But generally, the run we've had recently has not been great. But the 4-2 was kind of flattering Liverpool because we tried to play them and, you know, it backfired. But we really gave them a game for half the game. And, you know, it's one of those things. I think, you know, some Palace fans can kind of panic early on, but it's a long season, so...
Keith Millen has said that you're going to have to roll your sleeves up at Burnley. It's not going to be an easy game for you, Paul. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Burnley are a good side. Good side at home. And I think we've got to pull it out of the bag. And something we haven't done so well is defend. So I think we've got to defend, dig in, and show a really good sort of like meaty performance.
Okay, we'll talk more about the meaty performance after we have got the results, I think, of our second Twitter poll tonight. Let's have a look. Let's remind ourselves of the question and how you voted. Fully fit is this current Man City side amongst the top 4 in Europe, with the likes of Bayern, Madrid and Barcelona. 58% said yes, 42% no. Just for men, let me ask you, Manchester City, are they one of the top 4 in Europe? How would you have voted?
No, but however, I would say that they had a great result in the week.
Yeah,
against Barcelona, great result.
Yeah,
but to say the top 4 in Europe, that's a big ask, isn't it? But I think, do you know what? If they carry on perform against Barcelona, then why not?
I think we also ran, sorry, Paul, an extra poll that you can see on the screen there. Who's more stupid? You like this one, Nige? Who's more stupid, Arteta or Messi? 61% voted Arteta, 39% the magician, Messi. Paul?
I've no idea. I said, like I said,
the previous poll. Sorry.
Yeah, the previous. I think Man City are a really good side, and I think they're in a massive transition period, and I think they can be something really, really special. It's just that I don't know if they're quite there yet. Not top 4 at the moment.
Okay, should we launch our third poll? Do we have another one ready to go? Okay, let's have the question. Here it comes. What was the best Champions League goal this week? Meunier, Ozil, or Bale? We've got a vote for Bale, 100% so far.
He's doing quite well, isn't he?
Ozil's was amazing, wasn't it, just for men?
Do you know what? I got quite aroused by it all.
Yeah, you really got aroused by it?
I got quite hard by it, if I'm honest with you.
Mentally, you mean? Mentally, of course.
Yeah,
mentally aroused.
I thought Bale's was pretty good for that early on in the game to be that switch on to smash it. That was a brilliant goal.
But you have to admire the Ozil goal as well.
I've only seen one.
No, that's amazing.
An amazing goal.
A great goal. A great goal. I think you've got to put in a little bit of who was you playing against, but you just got to admire it for what it was.
Was there an element of showboating with Ozil's goal, though, Paul? Do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Could he have taken it quicker?
He possibly could have taken it quicker. I think that's a typical Arsenal thing, though, isn't it? They do like to walk it into the net a little bit.
Yeah. Big cojones. Could he have taken it quicker? Was he showboating?
I saw one goal. Bell's best goal for me. That's all I've seen.
Okay, that's our third and final Twitter poll. If you would like to register your vote at FanTV UK, if you don't have Twitter but you still want to get involved, you can email join in at fantv.me if you want to Skype FanTV channel. Let's go back to Palace. 15 games just for men without a clean sheet in the Premier League. Steve Mandanda, one of your summer signings, has featured in 8 of your games so far, and he's yet to keep a clean sheet. Before I get your reaction to that question, can we hear the song from you? Because we loved it last time.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on now.
I can't remember the words.
Big onus. Big onus. Big onus. Big onus.
Well done it. Please strike.
You're not striking, are you?
Yeah, I think we are striking.
Yeah,
okay,
striking.
let's look at it seriously then.
Until we win, we won't see.
15 games without a clean sheet.
It is shocking, but we've had so Suarez out because of that massive car accident he had.
Yeah.
We've had sort of, I don't know,
we've not had a consistent back four.
No, we've just not had a consistent back four. We've had Dan changing with Tompkins, changing with Dan. Sorry, Delaney even.
Yeah.
So we've not had a consistent back four. The only consistent person has been Joel Ward, really.
Yeah.
So it's quite hard to sort of like channel any sort of like
aggression.
Well, not aggression. No, just any. I will say one thing. I do think it's worrying though, because if you don't keep a clean sheet, in every game you've got to score 2 goals, obviously. Yeah. But it's worrying because if you don't keep a clean sheet, then
it is worrying. But at the same time, I think the fact that we could come back and beat Sunderland 3-2 gives me hope.
Yeah, but we can't do it every game.
No, but if we do it in the right type of games, then
it's fine. But it'd be nice to be
get a couple of clean
everyone
sheets.
wants
clean sheets.
What you've got to look at is the management and the coaching, because I'm looking back at the last few games and I'm talking about Liverpool, and Liverpool a good side, but the defending was poor. The defending at corners was poor.
Yeah, corners.
And surely that's basic.
It's
training
we don't
stuff,
concede as well, which is it was surprising. When I saw a corner, I was thinking, oh, that's fine. I'll have a bite of my pie.
It's not, is it?
But no.
It's worrying that that what goes on in the training ground isn't good enough, and you've got I think Palace have got the right players, and now I'm looking at the management. I'm looking at the coaching. I'm looking at the management. I think we're letting in. I didn't expect to get anything from Leicester. or anything from Liverpool, but I'm looking at the goals we've conceded, and I think it's poor.
I think that's the difference. Yeah, we've had a fantastic transfer window.
Yeah,
and I think the trouble is the expectation, like with anything, has gone up a little bit, and we've not seen it turn into any kind of results yet.
Yeah. Just to be clear then, Paul, so you think that, just from picking up on your comment, you think you've got the players, you've got the team is there, it's strong, but you've got the wrong manager in Pardew?
I wouldn't say the wrong manager.
It's the coaching, or something is going wrong in terms of coaching and on the training ground every day.
Yeah.
Something is going wrong because we're the right players, but if we're conceding, I mean, some silly goals. I mean, Liverpool, some of the players are unmarked by 5-6 yards on a corner.
Well, the defending for the two corners, of course, was non-existent.
Yeah,
non-existent.
absolutely.
It's fair to say.
That's got to come down to the training ground.
That's got to be, that's real basics, isn't it?
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Before we'll just pause the chat there because we need to get another foul in. So for the third time tonight, I think I'll have a foul, please. Okay, we've given you, I think, 3 vowels so far. Can I have another vowel, please? We got 2 E's and an I. Let's have another E. Oh, come on, let's have another one. Oh, come on, give us another vowel, for goodness sake. Let's have another vowel. It's an O. Okay, chaps, without revealing a name, Big Cojones.
There's no
Winker,
chance.
Just for Men, any chance?
No chance.
Big Cojones.
Someone Icelandic, maybe.
They played yesterday. Sorry, it's a clue. I was just getting a clue in my ear there, Big Cojones. They played yesterday. Does that make it any clearer?
No idea at all.
If you think you know, tweet us at FanTVUK or join in at fantv.me or give us a Skype Fan TV channel if you want to get involved. Hashtag I'll have a foul please, or just foul please if you're going to tweet us. Guys, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with the chat after. I've got Just for Men, Paul the Winker, and Tony Big Cojones. Don't go anywhere if you're on Facebook Live or YouTube. Refresh. We'll be back on Sky 212 in just 2 minutes. It's Fan TV. Good times. Are you serious? So the cojones went up. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 o'clock tonight. Get in touch. Fan TV channel is the Skype. Join in at fantv.me is the email, or tweet us. We've got our third Twitter poll up and running. If you'd like to cast your vote in that third and final poll at Fan TV UK. Oh, we've had a goal. Unbelievable. It's all happening. Who scored? What is it? It's who scored? Karabag. Karabag have scored. Brilliant. Against PAOK. You're making this up. What the? Karabag, PAOK? What the? It's ridiculous. Karabag has scored against PAOK. You think I was born yesterday? Unbelievable. Let's do our next celebrity wash bag clue. You've had 3 clues so far. Are you ready for your 4th?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're right.
I am your father. No idea. No idea. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nige. Thank you. Thanks, Raj. Well, thank you, Raj. Thank you. I mean, for goodness sake. It's the 4th and final clue, I think, tonight. There was a pastry. I ate it.
Yep.
You had a DVD, The Two Towers. I did this. And then I've just done what appears to be Darth Vader, although not a very good one. If you think you know whose wash bag I've tea-leafed, at FanTV UK. Also, the broken hand. The broken hand, it will take 5 weeks to heal. That should give it to you if you haven't got it already. Tweet at FanTV UK, hashtag washbag, hashtag dirty klepto. We've had another goal, this is unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Is it Karabag again? No, Southampton have scored. Van Dijk have scored for Southampton. Raj, what's the current scoreline there in the Southampton game, Raj?
1-1.
It's 1-1. Southampton have equalised. It's 1-1. Brilliant. Dick Van Dijk playing at the age of 90 for Southampton. Unbelievable.
Lovely.
Can I just say, I don't think there's enough transgenders in football.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Fundamentally, there should be more transgenders.
In football general.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely, fundamentally agree. If you think there should be more transgender people playing in football, tweet at FanTV UK or join in at fantv.me is the email if you don't have the Twitter, or Skype us, FanTV channel. Should there be more transgender footballers playing? I'm trying to think, is there any transgender footballers, Raj, at the moment? Do we know?
There's a few in the closet.
There might be a few in the closet. If that's true, in the year 2016, I find that terribly sad. So, if you think there should be more transgender people playing in football, get in touch. Just for Men, that is a fantastic topic.
Can I just say something as well?
Yeah.
Lady boys, they're very confusing, aren't
they? Lady boys?
Because they look like ladies, but they're boys.
Yeah. How many Cornings have you had? Just for Men.
It's been too many. But
Just for Men has drunk the bar dry. But nonetheless, it's a good... Thank you.
You've charmed me.
I love you.
Thank you.
If you think
Can I
there should
say,
be...
Can I say it? I've got your present.
Oh, hang on a minute. What is happening to this show? This is 2JLC, Love the J-Dog. Brother, can I open it now?
Yeah, open it now.
Yeah, go for it.
This is
it.
lovely.
It's a special moment.
Okay, I'm opening a present on the show, if you would indulge me. It's Just for Men. Oh, come on. Look at that.
Look at the front.
Yeah, but look who's on the picture.
Oh, look at that.
J-Dog.
Oh, it's the J-Dog's on the picture. Look. He's on the picture. And just to be clear, there are other hair lightening products available on the market. I just can't think of anything. Give me a break. Just for Men, thank you very much indeed. That's beautiful. Okay, let's go back to Palace.
Yep.
I've got a broomer for you. You're going to love it.
Go on,
You're not going to believe this one if it's to be believed. Palace are hoping to beat Arsenal and Liverpool to the signing of Marseille teenager Maxime Lopez. The 18-year-old attacking midfielder is a target for numerous top clubs around Europe. Palace hope that the promise of first-team football could see him make the move to Selhurst Park. One of the world's top teenagers, Maxime Lopez. Can you see that happening, Paul?
I don't know if I can see it happening necessarily, but I think the main thing is that's kind of exactly what we need. We need to bring some more youth into the side and look like we're a team in like transition.
Yeah.
And I don't like the word transition as such, but we just need to be going somewhere. We just need to be going somewhere.
So, Lopez, Tony Big Cojones, you'd love to see Maxime Lopez, wouldn't you?
I would, and it kind of fits in with kind of the way that we're going at the minute, where we've got a little bit more money. We're kind of going for some of the targets that other clubs used to go to for their kind of youth development, and we've got a good youth history where we like to bring through young players. So it'd be nice to see. Don't think it will happen, but you never know.
Okay, what we need on the show right now is even more Palace. We've got lovely Lucy on the Skype.
Of course
she's
we have.
standing in front of a wall of beige, yet she's popping with colour. Luce, how you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm all the better for speaking to you, lovely Lucy. Just on this rumour, I'm not sure if you've heard it, you are in the running for Maxime Lopez. Can you believe it?
I've not heard that.
Palace are hoping to beat Arsenal and Liverpool to sign the 18-year-old Marseille teenager. Can you even believe that?
Well, no, not really. I'm quite shocked, actually.
Well, let me give you another rumour, because I've got quite a few Palace rumours like this one you might find more believable. Are you ready, Luce?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Rumour! 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 Thank you. Lucy, Palace are reportedly one of the clubs interested in signing Chelsea defender Ivanovic.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You see that one?
Yeah, I've seen that.
What are your thoughts on that, Luce?
I'd be really happy with that. We desperately need to sort out our back line, and I think he would be a good addition.
But you love Joe Ward.
And Delaney. It's Delaney.
It's Delaney. Delaney for me.
Oh, dirty Irish.
Lucy, in all seriousness, Palace 15 games without a clean sheet in the Premier League. Mandanda has featured in 8 PL games so far, and he's yet to keep one. That's a terrible stat, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, I'd still rather him than Wayne Hennessy, though.
Yeah, absolutely. All day long. All day long.
Well, Luce, let me ask you about Wilfried Zaha. Would you say at the moment he's one of your best players?
Yes, I would.
Well, according to a website called WhoScored.com, I mean, I've never heard of them, but nonetheless, Wilfried Zaha is the highest rated Englishman since the start of September, with an average player rating of 7.78. That's according to WhoScored.com. Does that surprise you? Highest rated Englishman?
No, not at all. No. He should be in the England squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that was going to be my follow-up question. Do you think Zaha should start for England against Scotland next week? And if so, why?
Because he's amazing. The stats speak for themselves, and I think Scott Dan should be added to that as well.
You don't think... Oh, we've got another goal. Unbelievable. Who scored now? Sorry, Luce. Southampton have got a goal. They've gone into the lead.
Wow. That's got to be good credit to them, yeah.
Oh, unfortunately, Inter scored it for them. It was an own goal, but nonetheless, Southampton have gone into the lead. Is that right, Raj? It's another goal. Southampton are beating Inter Milan 2-1. Lucy, can you believe that scoreline?
Stop it. Ooh. I'm being distracted. Come here.
Oh, who's distracting you,
It's the dog, is it? The dog.
Oh!
This is my friend Eddie.
Oh, good.
Hey, Eddie.
Is this Scouse?
How are you doing, Eddie?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Are you a Crystal Palace fan?
No. Spurs all the way.
Kiss the job.
Oh, what is happening? What happened last night, Eddie? What a disaster.
Move aside.
Eddie, what a shocker.
Exactly, yeah.
Eddie.
He's going.
Eddie. Eddie's gone.
He's gone.
Are you in a pub?
Where are you, Luke? Are you in a pub at the moment?
I'm in Vauxhall Holiday Park in Great Yarmouth for a darts weekend.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, brilliant. Wow.
3 in the lipstick. Luce, three in the lipstick.
3 in the bed.
3 in the lipstick. You said that to me before.
Oh, thank you. Well, easy, Luce. Easy.
You get nothing
Luce, have you scored your first 180 yet?
I've not played yet. We only got here a few hours ago, about 2 hours ago, so I'll be playing tomorrow.
You've just arrived and you're absolutely hammered. I love it.
You got a bullseye?
Not quite.
Lucy, what's your favourite out shot?
What's my favourite? What, sorry?
Out shot.
I don't know, I've never had one.
Okay, she's
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Absolutely. Every time she's on the show, she is absolutely plastered. Lucy, thank you so much for Skyping us in.
It's a pleasure, as always.
Lucy, sorry, very quickly before you go, because you introduced us to the lovely Eddie there, I didn't actually get your answer to the question I asked you. Zaha should start for England against Scotland next week. Why? What's your answer?
Because he's amazing, and you've read the stats out, so he's proved that he's worthy of a place in the squad, and I don't know why he keeps getting overlooked. I still think it's because of big club mentality. He doesn't play for one of the top 6, so therefore he's not worthy of a position in England officials' eyes, and I just think it's ridiculous. Just because he plays for Palace, he doesn't get selected, in my opinion.
Lucy, thank you so much for Skyping us in. We'll speak to you again very soon.
Pleasure. Love you guys.
We love you. Let's hear for the lovely Lucy, everybody. Pardew has defended Zaha, Paul, saying he was not looking for penalties against Liverpool.
No.
Zaha was, of course, involved in 2 of 3 penalty shouts for Palace during the 4-2 defeat. He was looking for penalties, wasn't he?
No way. There's at least one that's an absolute definite all day long. The one with Chan. It basically takes his leg away and pushes him in the back as well. So, no, I just think it was... I'm not saying we deserved to win that game, but there was definitely some penalties in that game that we should have got, without a doubt.
3 penalty shouts, and you think, what, at least one of those you think should have been given?
1 or 2 maybe,
Big cojones. So, do you think it was a cert penalty, that particular Zaha one on?
Yeah, one of them where he took his hip, because I think he's just... Zaha's been unfairly given a kind of stigma at the start of the season. That kind of happened last season as well. You've got to think that these players run at pace and you know, contact and trickiness is, you know, a lot of the time, you know, more often than not, these players probably deserve to get penalties, but half the time the refs are like, oh, okay, well, we've already decided, we've made up our minds in a certain extent that you're not going to get penalties. And, you know, it happened last year, and it's definitely happening again this season, where it's kind of like, you know, and also the refs and the linesmen aren't keeping up with the game fast enough, where they're just kind of like, they look at each other like, oh, were you looking at it? Or,
but if it's happening all the time, though, big cojones, then maybe Zaha shouldn't be diving as much. Maybe that's the issue.
No, he's not.
No, but gets wiped out. Because the thing is, if anyone understands Zaha and a lot of these tricky players, they get more enjoyment out of absolutely owning someone, as Hollywood would say, roasting them. Going around them, then they would dive on the floor. They don't want to dive on the floor. They like to absolutely skin someone alive, pass the ball in, score a goal, or score themselves.
Paul, Wilfried Zaha, a better diver than Tom Daly at the moment. Oh, we've got to take a break, sorry.
Oh, no.
Hold that thought, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere, Fan TV, thank you. What do we do? So rub it in? What do we do? Massage it in or rub it in? What do we do?
Really hard.
Just rub it in really hard. Welcome back to Fan TV. We are live on Sky 212 all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. Just for Men is with us, Winker Paul and Tony Big Cojones, although as he's just admitted to me during the break, his cojones have shrunk because
it's cold.
Palace can't keep a clean sheet. Can you take your hat off, Just for Men? because I've just been made aware that we have some magic retouch spray on hair. So can I just, if you want to close your eyes, I'll just give you a little bit of a lean forward, lean forward.
Oh, it's cold.
Just keep...
Stop spraying all over my head.
All right.
Oh,
just a little touch up. Just a little touch up. Keep your eyes closed.
Keep going. Carry on
keep your eyes closed.
Just keep going. Just keep going, Justin.
Liquid filler.
Just a little touch up.
Oh,
keep your eyes closed.
It's cold.
Just keep your eyes closed.
You're missing
I mean, 15 games without a clean sheet. Seriously, because 15 games without a clean. No, never mind that. 15 games without a clean sheet. I mean, Mandanda.
Yeah, you got to leave it. I mean, you're just running
it's
out.
empty. Brilliant. That is. Let's have a look at you. No change. Perfect. No change. So no change whatsoever.
So natural.
Unbelievable.
So natural.
Really natural. If you wanna put your hat back on, and let's hope it doesn't rain on the way home, and also don't stand next to any open fires, because you're. Honestly, there's a lot in that can.
Good times.
Good times indeed. Just for Men, I love you. Let's hear it for Just for Men. Come on. You lovely man. I love you, brother. Let's have a foul, please. Let's see if we can find this footballer's name. Yes, we are looking for the name of a famous footballer involved in a fouling incident. So possibly for the final time tonight, let's have a vowel, please. My God. Okay, what have we got there? Was it an O? 2 O's?
Yeah, I think it's some O's.
2 O's. I'm still struggling. Big Conus, any idea? No. Let's have one more. Let's see if this helps. Have we got anything up? No. Another E. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. It's the most difficult one so far. Just for Men. Any idea?
No idea, mate.
Can you actually see the screen through the fog? Can you see the screen?
Easily.
I know, it's unbelievable, that stuff. Why did you make me put that on, Just for Men? Paul, unbelievable. Paul, any idea? Can you see the screen?
I can only just see the screen, but...
Okay, it's a tough one. He got sent off on Tuesday, Paul. He was sent off on Tuesday against Paris Saint-Germain. Big cojones, big cojones.
No.
Okay, we'll keep that one going. We'll come back to that. But I tell you what, I think we do have a winner for the wash bag that I kleptoed. Let's find out who the owner of the wash bag was. Can we reveal the name, please? The owner of the wash bag was... Oh, Matthew Clark, well done. Casper Schmeichel. Well done, Clarky. Lovely Nigel. Nigel Rothband is still on the floor, a Man City fan. Nigel got it, didn't you? He got it right. Yes, Casper Schmeichel. Well done, Nigel. I've got so many Broomers for you. Do you want another one?
Yeah, let's have
Broomer. Okay, here we go. It's another Palace-based Broomer. Palace joined Premier League rivals Tottenham and Liverpool in the race to sign Porto striker Marega. What do you think about that, Paul?
I've never heard of... So I'll be honest, I've never heard of him.
Unbelievable. But he comes on here pretending to be a Palace fan.
I am a Palace fan, I'm not a Porto fan.
True enough. Good point. Just for Men. Marega?
Yeah, we've got him.
We've got him. Do you need another striker? Surely you should be looking at defence.
We've got to look at someone permanent.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to the clean sheet issue, though, and the issue of defending, which was almost non-existent at times in the Liverpool defeat.
Absolutely.
Pardew, sorry, Baconis?
Like Liverpool.
Like Liverpool?
Yeah, they had terrible defending at times.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, of course.
I enjoyed their gift of their first goal for us. That was lovely.
2 goals. Let's talk positives from that game, of course. Pardew hailed the efforts of James McArthur. Yeah. Scored twice. Pardew said he was a try.
Hang on, we've got a song for James McArthur.
Hang on a minute, seriously.
We're not going to do this. Yeah, we go.
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah, you are. Okay.
James McArthur. James McArthur.
Do you get it?
That is. Can we have it one more time? Big owners. Could you join in this time, please? Seriously.
Just having a drink.
This is unbelievable. You're supposed to have the biggest cojones on the sofa.
Oh, well, you know.
It's like they've shriveled up tonight.
Let's do it again. Come on, Tony.
These have a go, you know.
Tony, come on.
Come on, Tony.
Start again.
James McArthur. James McArthur.
That is quality. absolute. I'm loving that.
It's
Guys.
simple.
Unbelievable.
Simple song.
Can I just say,
yes,
I'm not a lover of Scottish men, but I love James McCarthy.
Yeah.
you love James.
James
McCarthy.
McArthur,
He's
I
my
love him.
favourite player.
I love him.
All of your
I love him.
heart.
My daughter has often said to me, my obsession with James McArthur is a bit too much.
Your daughter has said to you, Dad, could you marry James MacArthur?
I possibly could.
You possibly would.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal for you against Liverpool, of course.
he's a great player.
That would be the main positive from that game, Paul, would it not?
Yeah, I thought we actually did okay at times in that game, but James McArthur stood out. I thought Zaha stood out as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. That it was okay. It was almost like we weren't quite on fire that day, or anywhere near to Liverpool's level. To be honest.
Pardew has said that extra training will be done, concentrating on defence in preparation for the Burnley game at Turf Moor.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough one, Big Cojones. That's a game that you could easily lose.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's kind of why I'm not going, because I remember when we lost there 3-2 a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
Still very painful in the memory, so I'm not going.
You're not going because the memory of that defeat is so painful. Really?
Yeah.
I'm going.
He's going, but
I'm going because the memory of the 3-2 win there the other year was epic. In a blizzard, everyone advised not to go to the game. The weather people were just don't travel unless you have to.
Yeah.
And we went there. It was the best away day I've had for absolutely
You've got to concentrate on the positives, Tony.
No, absolutely brilliant away day.
No, 100% agree, and I do think it's a tricky game for us, and hopefully we will do something, like we did when we last played them and we beat them. But I'm a little bit worried, but I think that if you look at kind of what Palace are doing, we've got Keith Millen's been there when Pulis sort of dug in and taught us how to play, from the back, keep it watertight.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's suddenly gone out the window. So I'm hoping for a performance like that. We play on the break, like we do, the Palace way, and we absolutely smash them.
Okay, let's find out the name of the footballer that we've been looking for tonight for I'll Have a Foul, Please. You've had lots of vowels, no success this evening, so let's reveal the name of the footballer. We were looking for Jeffrey Siridai. Oh, no, sorry, Jeffroy Siridai. Can you see that, Biconis?
Yeah,
Jeffroy Siridai.
I wouldn't have got that in a million years.
That household name.
That household name, Jeffroy Siridai. Very well known. Paul, what on earth? I'm sorry, just for men, what on earth has happened to your teeth? Can we get camera one? Just for men, what on earth is going on there tonight?
If you play with yourself too much.
If
you play with yourself too much, it's supposed to be teeth.
Not a clue. Not a clue. I have absolutely no idea. This is absolutely, hands down, my favourite ever show. I have no idea what's going on.
No, we're with him.
Was it the spray? Okay, let's have the take it off. Let's get the results of our third and final Twitter poll. Let's remind ourselves of the question: what was the best Champions League goal this week? Here's the results: 13% Mounier, 44% Ozil, 42% Bale, 1% other. Very close there between Ozil and Bale. Ozil has won it very briefly. Just for men, how would you have voted?
Yeah, Ozil.
Bicona, sorry?
Arsenal fans love social media, don't they?
Yeah, would you have gone Ozil or Bale?
Well, I've only seen one goal, but I'd say Bale took a lot to beat, so...
Okay.
I'll just about go Bale. But I thought the Ozil goal was brilliant.
Ozil goal was amazing.
Yeah, absolute class.
Just before we wrap things up, don't forget the gorgeous Kiri Bloor will be here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with another packed show. She'll have fans from Gillingham, West Ham, Man United, Southampton and West Brom, as well as our regular slots from the lovely Chris Darwin on the Costa Blanca at 7:30, Gianluca at 8 o'clock, and of course our non-league expert Stephen Copping will be Skyping in at 8:30. That is all to look forward to on tomorrow night's show. We've got 3 minutes before the end of the show, just for men. Paul, Andros Townsend was a surprise omission from the Liverpool game. The stats show that Pardew was right to drop him. Do you think that was the right move? Did it surprise you?
Not totally surprised me. I think the thing is he's a great player.
Yeah.
He's an England international, just about on the fringe. He's a great player, But I don't think it's a bad thing to drop people from time to time because it focuses the mind and they want to get back in and they'll lift their game.
Big Cojones, do you agree? Was it the right move to drop Anders Townsend?
Yeah, I think particularly last season we would like to have dropped some players, but we had so many injuries we couldn't do that. So if we're in the position where we can drop some players for certain games where it's much needed.
Just for men.
Can I just say,
yes.
I think it's the wrong thing to drop him because we dropped him for not a natural winger. Chung Young Lee isn't a natural winger, so we've dropped a winger for not a natural winger. So I don't think it was the right thing to do. I've heard that he said that he doesn't want to play on the left hand side. He wants to play on the left hand or on the right hand side. And Wilf Zaha plays on the right hand side. So we've dropped a winger for someone who's not a natural winger. So I don't get it. If we had a natural winger, drop him if he's not performing. But we haven't got a natural winger, so
yeah. No, that's also true.
But I suppose in his eyes, if you're thinking of when to experiment and drop someone, why not do it for a game where technically you should never win, as opposed to a game where everyone should expect us to win against Burnley?
So this is a game that you think you absolutely on paper should win.
Yeah, I'll say if we lose that, then he's going to get a lot of flack and he's going to know that. Whereas if we were to lose against Liverpool, then some of the dreamers might be like, well, we should be beating Liverpool, but at the same time, let's be realistic about this. Look at their squad compared to ours.
Burnley are set to be boosted, not sure if you're aware of this, Tone, by the return of Stephen Defoe at the weekend. That's a big boost for them, Paul.
Yeah, no, it is.
Massive player for them.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is with Burnley is Sean Dyche is a great manager. I like Sean Dyche a lot. He's a decent guy as well. And I think that they're a good side, and I think in their own stadium, I think they're really, really good. So I think that's a massive thing for them as well. So any positives they can get from that. On paper, if you look at our signings, we're in a really good place to go there.
Okay.
But
Paul, we've got to go. 10 seconds left. Nigel, come and join me to say goodbye, you lovely man. 5 seconds. Come on, Nigel. That's Fan TV for now. It's Nigel Rothman is still here. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be back next Tuesday. I love you. Good night. God bless. Good times.